We all kind of rolled like shit, didn't we?
Yeah,
We did.
Well, I
So
rolled better than all of you.
Yes.
I was a brave boy, and I said, I'll roll Richard's character today. And now I'm scared. I'm looking at the sheet, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm
Come
scared.
get me, I'm scared. There's
Yeah,
so
I'm
many
like
of these
scared.
That's why Ryan was like, "Hey, does anybody want to run?" Like, no, because he still runs it through what's it called, right?
I do not know. I do not know what he's doing over there, what he's cooking. When he's like, I'm like, hey, can I get you to see your sheet? He's like, I made a PDF. I'm like, what do you mean?
I'm rocking a PDF right now.
I have no clue what's going on. With love and respect, Richard, I don't want to chance it. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I'm terrified. And he wisely did not leave an inventory. Oh, never mind. Oh
What's
shit!
funny
There's
is like one
there's
time
more.
he is like, hey, can you be Rolo for tonight's game? And I'm like, yeah, I know, Artificer. And he sent me like a full like 2-page write-up of like, if this happens, do this. If this happens, do this. And I'm like, I'm gonna run and punch the guy. I'm gonna punch a guy. I'm not gonna look at any of that shit.
This is why I like that. I like that the barbarian got the fighter sidekick, because it's like, so I don't actually have to even do any extra thinking. It's just you unga and I bunga. Like that's it. That's all it is.
I think that's what makes that card great too. Is like just a level 4 fighter. I'm like, I know exactly what he does. Great.
Yep.
He
ungas, he unga, I bunga, and when necessary, he second wunga.
I bunga, therefore we bunga. But enough philosophy for 1 week. We are here to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and
Welcome,
Dragons?
everyone, to 22, episode 22, 23?
23.
23 of Once Upon a Roll. A very boring, uneventful episode tonight, I am sure. Ignore the art on the screen right now.
And one.
But
Fucking Mecha Krang over here.
Real quick, speaking of the art, I am trying to make a habit of this. We go through a lot of art here on the show, and sometimes you find things you're like, this person is excellent. This person deserves to have... We are obviously not making money here, or if we are, Artem is keeping that to himself. But...
we're not.
This art... you know, as soon as those MeUndy ads start coming in, this art of Dr. Barnabas Halter was made by a Ethan S. Brewerton, who streams and draws on Twitch, mechs, monsters, and cyberpunk abominations.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Monsters, all kinds of stuff. So,
see, I was wondering if this was a character from Destiny, just because some of like the configuration of the face looks very Destiny-esque, but you're just calling, like, I make abominations. Lovely. That covers it.
So, Ethan, I didn't technically ask you to use this. We are not profiting off of this, but thank you. And he will be our monster for tonight. But before we can get into all of that, who could tell us what happened last week?
Oh dear.
Oh
I can barely tell you what happened yesterday. I said some stuff about my butthole.
Yep.
And that was it.
Yeah.
It was a full butthole stream.
Yeah, 3 hours of butthole.
Never.
We're still not making money. Yeah. We're posting all the money.
Yeah, we need to be streaming on OF. That's what we need to do.
There we go.
God, you know we would make money on there.
And
Listen,
OF.
if OF had like a D&D tangent, they would clean up. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I'm sure it's got
there's space,
right?
There's space in the market for it, right?
You talking about where you can
think about where you could put your dice.
All right, guys. What happened last week? What are we doing?
So last week
we were on an alien ship. We rescued Ryan and Richard. And no, I was there. We rescued them from the pod.
My bad.
And King Arthur, thank you, from their pods, from the Working Joes. We scrambled to find another key card to complete the set, and we got our shit back.
Yes.
After meeting Buzz Lightyear,
yes,
who was the cliffhanger for the previous episode. So it started. We cleaned up shop. He led us to get our stuff back, and there's some stuff I'm struggling to remember, but it all culminated with us getting to the other side of the store in the lab.
So we got our stuff back. There was also along the way there, I did a perception check and I thought I saw Predator, potentially Predator, or it could be the Predalien.
Because there's like a forest swamp room.
Yeah, well, that came later. This was still in the hallways of the place.
Also, though, I feel very importantly, we went and investigated the captain's quarters, where a few people doing some extraordinary investigation checks stumbled upon a holotape featuring the vocal stylings of Ryan talking to Ryan, which was incredible in every way. But very specifically, the person, Captain Miles, was talking about how he went under back home and how certain magics, like looking for the Holy Grail and Romani magic and necromancy, could only get him so far, and how he talked about how he was under much longer back home than he had been in the dream. No, barely halfway a century until I went under back home. It's felt infinitely longer here in the dream, which is the alternate reality where we have found ourselves. But then afterwards, we fucking discovered that Captain Miles was fucking Miles motherfucking Ravenswood.
Mm-hmm.
And that Buzz Lightyear thought incredibly highly of him. They were really good buds for a really long time, him and Daisy. Who he was also very close to. He's a little devastated that she's gone. I thought he was going to kill us when we couldn't tell him what happened to her, but he didn't. Swell guy. But
there's a fourth in their group of heroes as they fought in many a war amongst the stars.
Hold on. Let me find it. Let me see. Buzz, I'm sorry I didn't make
Luke
it.
Skywalker?
Yeah, there it is. And then we have Han Solo's blaster. There it is.
I have Han Solo's blaster. The next day, I seriously scanned Amazon. I almost bought a replica to just today pop up and be like, "Oh, I got this." Remember when?
So that every time you'd be like, "I pull out my gun."
Yeah, because I couldn't just. There were like $13 foam prop ones, and then the cool ones, and I wasn't going to spend cool ones money on this. Unfortunately, I wanted to, but my better half kept me grounded.
Way to go, Amanda.
Better half, not more fun half, is what we're discovering here.
It's the better one, though.
Hey, don't talk about my wife like that.
We also learned, so Buzz and Luke, they were fighting in the Star Wars. Upon return to the SS-77, Dr. Barnabas had taken residence down in down in the research facility. Yeah, R&D, that's it. But also very specifically, Buzz was never allowed to go in there. Miles was like, brother, it's cool, everything's fine. But Buzz was like, how come? I can't go in there. And he was like, just because, brother, that's it. My attempts to do like heinous crimes in order to get into that door were bypassed, and instead we went in there a normal way and were ditched into a jungle.
Yes. Along the way, you were met with a hologram projection of Captain Miles Ravenswood.
Yeah!
Some more lore about the natures of the creatures that exist within the dreams. Name that they are figments.
Yes, and then we saw Figment.
Also, we learned that the Maquis is actually the crystal core that powers the ship.
Yes, and then we realized we had to go to the engine core. That is when we ended up getting on the tram to reach said engine core, which is beyond the jungle biome or within it. I don't recall exactly the stop.
You are currently headed to research and development. The engine core is sitting behind 3 feet of solid steel blast door. When Buzz came back from the Star Wars, where Emperor Palpatine somehow returned, he found that the many modifications to the SS-77 have been made. Namely that Captain Miles had grown extremely close to a Mr. Dr. Holder, a representative of the Wayland Yutani Corporation.
Right.
Your
lore went deep, Ryan. I approve.
Yes, I don't even think you got what planet you guys are outside of yet.
We're in the Reticuli system.
Mm-hmm.
Wrote that down. Right there.
That's right.
I took my dang notebook
right
upstairs like a fool.
But yes, you guys headed down to research and develop. Buzz told you that Luke had gone down there to investigate himself, but Luke had never returned.
Also, we're circling a gas giant. Still don't know specifically what the fuck we're outside.
That's a weird way to talk about my ass.
But not inaccurate.
And I'll do it again!
Yes, to power through a little bit, you guys were moving through a conveyor belt and emerged into a large jungle-like area inside the SS-77 Space Mountain. From there, Captain Miles informed you why he loves figments and that they are malleable, that they can represent the best and the worst part of themselves, as if created from the ether themselves to serve whatever purpose their master deems. It was at that moment where your platform collapsed and you were all dumped headfirst into the swampy, murky below, where you were met with
Slots.
Yeah.
Who did it?
Oh, I did that last week. No one saw.
I like the green mullet hair, spiky bohawk.
I did that one. Yeah.
That feels appropriate.
That was me.
Well, you don't think the nipples are appropriate?
I didn't say that they're I think they're solid. They're solid nipples.
Free the nipple, Ryan.
Well, it's cold, so yeah, they're pretty solid.
I'm not the one putting metal through it, so I feel like I'm on the... But, yes, you creamed these giant overgrown tadpoles handily. Andrew was able to spot, while looking around, a rusted metal door which led further into the Department of Research and Development. You pushed through, and after resting for a bit and getting your bearings, you found yourselves inside the lab proper. A massive, tall expanse of cables, switches, computer monitors, experiments of a vast degree. And while looking around, trying to get your any clues as to who might be there, you found the nameplate of the head of research and development, a Mr. Dr. Barnabas Holder.
E. Holder.
And that is where we left off last week. We pick up, as if to remind everyone, for our more magically inclined members, this is the first time since you have entered the dream where you feel that these gifts that were once bestowed upon you have been taken away. Imagine if a cloth had been tightly wrapped around your eyes, or something jammed into your ears. One of your senses is now cut off, as your magic. And all magic items currently are inert.
Richard turns around and walks out of the door and shuts it behind him.
Yeah, I'm kind of just like, well, good luck, guys.
See you later.
Dr. Holder levitates down from the heights of the lab. Looking at him, you see an amalgamation of aberration flesh and cybernetic enhancements. From behind him stretch out 10 tendrils, each with a different color eye on each stalk. Looking around.
I thought it was going to be 10 different drills.
Some of the eye stalks have a cybernetic adjustment to it, plugging directly into a cybernetic arm. Each one blinks, looking at you, looking through you. Being here in this place, the feelings of paranoia that someone is watching you is at its zenith, as if all eyes are in fact on you.
Oh.
We go to a POV shot. One of the eye stalks kind of has a cybernetic enhancement to it, filtering through different visions. One that looks more like a reference to an 80s action horror movie, where it watches and scans you for heat signatures, going through until one vision where two of your members glow a faint bright blue, whereas the other 6 of you do not. Ah! So, it is in fact the 6 of prophecy have finally found their way here. I have been waiting for you. You know, you can't always take what that Romani woman in her bowling ball says for fact. But every now and then, she might be right about something. Then again, one of you may be turned to ash today, so who is to really say what is prophecy?
Yeah, what's this turn to ash thing about, Doc?
Stick around and you shall soon find out.
I think it's very obvious that it's an intent to kill us, maybe. I feel like that was just a thinly veiled threat.
Maybe.
Hey, was that a thinly veiled threat, Doc?
I don't know if I'd call it thinly veiled. It might be thickly veiled, but...
Okay, fair enough. We doing this then?
You must be the band of bastards.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You've heard of us.
Well, research is somewhat my bread and butter. Not that I touch
R&D.
food much.
R&D is your B&B. Yeah.
So, you rejected my first invitation. I had someone there, a welcome party for you, bringing them down themselves, but you opted to destroy them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, no regrets on that one.
To be fair, they weren't really telling us where we were going or what we were doing or anything.
Or that they were a welcome party of any sort.
Trust, you guys just appear on places. I assume you go wherever it is you wish. Why not just blend in with the locals?
We have autonomy!
For now, but we'll work on that.
This guy.
What years?
Jeez.
Oh dear.
It was at that point that one of us realized that this was just heralding the next political election.
So it's true. 6 of you somehow made it here.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Tell me, how has your sanity been holding up so far? Pretty good. Okay. All right, that's good. And you'll see, like, one of his eye stalks will, like, and it'll, like, do a levitation and then quickly come over. One of his his iPads will, like, start taking notes and start... All right, sanity still mainly intact. Okay, maybe ready for advanced level experimentation, possibly.
I don't suppose that you know anything about the weird visions since we've been here?
Weird visions. Speak more of that.
I don't know, like vials of like black goo, but it's like a cup of water. Like 1 second, you're like, I'm gonna take a drink of this water, and then suddenly it's not water, but then it is.
Oh.
Is that you? The gas leak, is that you?
I don't know if gas leak is the right term. I have noticed since I have assumed this far superior form that certain effects of a regional variety tend to eke out within about it's hard to say for sure since most of it is the vacuum of space, but if I had to venture a guess, about a mile.
Oh, that's impressive.
More importantly,
nice.
Got any games on that iPad?
None for you.
Does space go by... How far?
It goes mainly by light years, which, speaking of... Hello there, Buzz. You look over at Buzz, and he's got his laser wrist up, and he's like... firing it, but nothing is coming out.
I'll check my blaster. Does it seem to be inert? I don't know if it hums or anything.
You click it a couple times. It seems that while... And looking at this, and then... While you don't have any ability to cast spells at this moment, correct?
Mm-mm. No.
You feel... Even while Harmonic Dueler is on your person, you feel a kinship, an attunement towards the item, the spirits of performance. It is deafening, like it has been silenced. So, tell me, you have stormed away here, defeated some of my favorite experiments. It is not often you can bioengineer creatures that can infect others into creating more. Though every now and then someone gets lucky.
What was your goal in that experiment?
Oh, who's to say? Something about infecting creatures through claw contact. Do any of you have fevers? Nausea? Eggs growing inside of you?
I have a grudge.
Ooh, is that anything?
That's kind
Does
of
rage
like
qualify?
No, I don't think so. So, what is it I can do for you? It seems only fair. Why are you here?
Kind of here to get out of here, if that makes any sense.
It does not.
Yeah,
we don't want to be.
I mean, it's cool. The aesthetic has been really neat, but like,
thank you.
We got homes to get to, and I've got to feed my cats. Holy shit! Mm-hmm. My dad's watching them, and I really hope he's taking care of them properly.
I know what you mean.
Probably find Amanda, right? That too.
Yeah. I'm assuming she's catching up on some rest.
My cats and your wife. Yeah.
Hey, she can take care of herself. Okay.
We get there, all of our significant others are just fucking destroying the bad guys. They're like, where were you? We were waiting this whole time.
Told you she'd be fine. Yeah. Brian gets his notepad out.
Yeah. I mean, we're kind of looking for something. If you could tell us where it is, kind of looks like something with 3 circles. Usually, some sort of jeweled object.
You wouldn't happen to have one by chance, would you?
I mean,
no.
We can draw
because
one.
If I could look and see it, I would be able to help you so much better.
Let's draw one. Artem, would you like to do the honors?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Historically speaking, this has gone very well.
Pen and paper, Mr. Dr. Holder?
I use mainly screens.
Does that iPad have a drawing?
Yeah. Hold on. I got to do my best Disney Channel impression thing now.
You can! Yes.
That's
my name's Artem, and you're watching the Disney Channel.
That's not the worst. It doesn't look right. It's not the
That
worst.
looks like shit, to be honest.
His ears got.
Hey, I will say it's better than most of the actual drawings that those people did.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Something like that. Something like that.
Along those lines.
One of his tendrils like. Ah!
That's great Foley, by the way. That's wonderful.
Ah, you're looking for the core.
Yeah.
Sure.
Of course.
I like this guy. He's funny.
Please tell us where it is.
Where else would the core be?
In the
Behind
core room
all
of
the,
some sort.
The
And an
walls.
apple.
It's a good one, actually.
Fair.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. You're about 6 months too late, I'd guess.
What do you mean?
McDuck.
Miles.
Well, he had big plans for that core. The captain and I worked on a number of things. Once this system appeared a few years ago, it had what we needed to make the final leap.
Right.
He wanted to take the fire from the gods, and I was more than happy to help him on Project Prometheus.
Son of a fuck.
I haven't seen that
But-
movie.
Solid.
He seemed to have a premonition that certain features of the galaxy would appear in this place, in this system, on a certain day. Tell me, do you know why that is?
Insider trading. Biff had a magazine.
If I had to guess, it is because he is not of this world.
Oh.
He's not.
And I don't mean that in, like, the world outside right now. I don't mean like that. I mean, like, he is not of any
dream.
of these worlds.
Sports Almanac, thank you.
Yes. I think he comes from a different place altogether. As do you, which affords you certain unique elements. Things that I would be more than excited to learn more about, given the captain was a little distant when it came to experimentations.
We're not going to let you experiment on us, but we could probably have a good conversation if you want to do a little quid pro quo.
Wait, you rolled a bard, right? You should be ready for experimentation.
Normally I am, but...
You see, the captain, Captain Miles,
He does what?
for as far as he traveled, his destination was not one here.
No.
He needed knowledge, and he needed power to transcend all previous known limitations. And my guess, as if it is still quite dark and quiet out there, he succeeded. But likely at a significant cost.
Do you have records we could read of these
There is.
There's
experiments?
no need. Tell me, Mr. Lightyear, if the system is in lockdown mode, why has the core not re-engaged? Why is it not started up again? You look over to Buzz, and you see a sick, pained expression while his suit of armor is powered by many unique forces and energies. It seems that in the ray, in the gaze of Dr. Holder, it weighs especially heavy for someone of his stature.
Oh.
If the system goes into lockdown for a temporary amount of time, the core should be re-engaged and reboot the entire station. That's right. So why has the station not rebooted yet?
There's no core to reboot with.
Or, more likely, the captain broke it in his last leap to godhood. You are stuck here with me.
Oh, great.
It is not so bad. I am not a bad, terrible host. I will find you a good habitat, one that you are accustomed to.
Elaborate.
You like boxes, yes? With wheelie chairs. Usually a screen for you to look at.
He wants to put us in a
shit.
cubicle.
Oh
That is
no.
your preferred habitat, is it not?
Not
No.
really.
Not really.
Tell me, do you need all of your appendages? 4 seems excessive.
Generally speaking, yes.
I need all of them.
Better for you to understand. Your journey is over. You are too late. The captain is gone. The core is destroyed. And I am here to clean up with all the lost playthings that are left here on this station. You are in my territory now.
Cool. Where's my cubicle? I could really stretch out for a bit and get cozy.
Are you not upset that he left you behind? To clean up the mess? You didn't want to watch him transcend into something else entirely?
You know,
Seems like he used you and then ditched you.
I haven't a lot of time to deliberate on my role here. I have been given many powers, many such freedoms, to dispose of my weak flesh and upgrade it, and upgrade it, and upgrade it again, until you see the beautiful machination of flesh and machinery you see before yourselves today.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Shiny.
It was a question.
Would I have liked to have gone to heaven? Maybe. Am I content with ruling here in hell? Certainly. Assistance!
Oh boy.
And you hear tubes rattling around in the
Oh no.
large labyrinth of the lab as 2 more creatures come forward. Not as beautiful or glorious as Dr. Holder, but in some ways comparable. Elegant in their simplicity. Assistance! We have 6 brand new experiments to play with. It is time for some extra credit. No need to kill them all. Maybe most of them.
I've got a core. I'll give it to you. Just, take them and not me, right? And I reach into my bag.
Mother...
And, come here, I'll give it to you.
I can see fine from here.
How far away is he, by the way? These three?
He's about 30 feet off the ground, about 50 feet away from you.
Okay.
He is a loud, booming voice.
Okay. Well, it's right here. I pull out the Zorn gem and I blast him in the eye.
The Zorn gem he's using...
Shit. I hold out the Zorn gem and and it does nothing. It does absolutely fuck all. Oh,
Assistance?
Yep.
Get them. Can I have initiative from everyone, please?
There it is.
Yeah. No, you can't. I refuse.
Are we still saying that Arthur and I share, Ryan?
Yes, please.
Ooh, well, we're ready to go.
Doing great. Woo!
So we have Goths.
Why
are there fucking cannons?
Yep.
What?
Now,
Seeing that too.
I canonically sent Richard outside. Richard was like, fuck this, I'm out.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
I figure since he's a sorcerer warlock blend, probably best to keep him out of the picture on this fight. Are we saying he's still in here, or...
I thought that was a joke. If you would like to have gone back, you would have found that the door is sealed. You are not leaving this space.
So this whole time, Richard's just like fucking with the door, trying to get it open.
All right.
Richard, he said roll for initiative. Get over here.
Let's start.
How funny would it have been, though, that if he did actually leave and then, like, the door just sealed? He's like, all right, he's out.
Would have been hilarious. I don't see...
Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay. +1 initiative. Just the 1d20, thank you. That's for Ricardo.
Richard did comment.
Thanks. Fuck this store.
Let's see. Arden, what is your initiative?
22.
Very nice.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it's 22.
Your best.
I have a bum leg, a strength of -3.
Oh no!
What the fuck am I gonna do in this fight?
Your best. That's it.
I give up. I just lay on the floor.
Did you say my name, Ryan?
Just fetal
You say
position.
I had a 20. Yes.
Right. Very nice rolls. You might live this.
No.
Everyone should have their tokens up to date.
Still have 3 temp hit points. Do the temp hit points stick around?
Yes.
I think it's an all-day thing.
Well, I just magically wasn't sure.
Is Bardic Inspiration a magical thing? Or is it just a pep talk thing?
It's just a thing, I'm pretty sure.
Read that text.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a magically imbued thing for some reason.
I think giving it I'd have to check. If usually the rule is if it says magical or magically or any variation of that.
It says supernatural, but not magical.
Oh.
Okay.
It says not magical?
It just says supernatural, but it never mentions magic once.
Then, sure.
Like, it's not a spell, so to speak. Richard says temp HP stays.
Yes. Then... Yeah, I'll allow it. All right. Welcome, everyone, to the Beholder.
Can I get added to the initiative?
You want to fight too? Well, sorry. Wait, where are you?
6!
Oh.
At the bottom.
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
Welcome to the Beholder encounter.
Thought I just couldn't see you down there.
You are currently in the lab of Dr. Holder. As he says assistance, it is time for extra credit. 4 turrets emerge from the corners of each of these tall cybernetic shelves. Each shelf is about 20 feet tall and covered in metal, along with all sorts of equipment. To the right and left, you see 2 spectators, each hovering about 20 feet off the ground. Directly in front of you is Dr. Barnabas Holder. He is currently hovering about 30 feet off the ground. At the beginning of his turns, he can set his gaze and look out. Right now, do you all see the red cone?
No.
You don't?
Do not.
No, that has its own tick box for being visible.
Now I see it.
Ice cream cone. That's a big cone.
So it should look something like this.
Oh yeah, it's there. It's there, all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those of you inside that red cone cannot benefit, nor cast, nor invoke anything magical. Everything there, including magical abilities, is dampened.
Okay.
Such as gems of brightness. Top of the round. Is everyone ready?
I guess.
Andrew.
Feels like a loaded question.
You attempt to evoke the power of the Zorn's Gem of Brightness, and a sound emanates as nothing happens. Dr. Holder has made his intentions to experiment and pull you apart quite well known. What do you wish to do?
Okay, I'll put the Zorn gem away and pull out my gun, and I'm gonna shoot. I'll shoot the ad first. I'll shoot this guy over here.
Okay.
We do have like 15 guns, y'all. We have guns.
Do have guns. No. Okay. I think I still want to be able to move, so I'm not going to steady aim. Ooh, does a 15.
That is a hit.
Oh, thank goodness. I wouldn't get sneak attack for this, would I? Because I'm not an assassin. Oh, cool. Well, that's what I get for not...
You did to the right one, correct?
The one on the right, correct.
All right. You did some chip damage.
I'm going to holster my gun and pull out my sword and rush over here. I know that's kind of up on something. Maybe I should... Bonus action. Action. I just totally mismanaged this turn. That's fine. Bonus action shove. Can I bonus action shove?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
it is currently 20 feet in the air, so unless you can find a way to get it on the ground.
Oh, okay. Then I don't take. Then I don't take my sword out because that wouldn't do anything.
Andrew, the second you step outside of the anti-magic cone, one of the beholder's eye stalks immediately locks eyes with you.
Oh!
And fires a beam in your direction.
Oh!
Can I have a dexterity save, please?
I hope so.
17.
Not bad.
You feel as a beam of slowed energy enters your body. It is trying to limit your movement and your actions and reactions. However, you are just barely able to dodge it as it moves through you and slows down a thing behind you. You are not slowed.
That's good. That is good. You know, bonus action. Dash. And I'm gonna take cover behind this here corner.
Okay. That was its first legendary action. Artem, you're up. You are currently within the anti-magic cone. What do you wish to do?
I mean, I guess I'm gonna leave the anti-magic cone. Let's go here. Does anything happen?
You get all your magic back. You can feel your spell, sorcery, your weapons, your armor, all of that has been back activated once again.
Cool. Damn, it's just gonna like turn and look if I do anything actually useful. Well, when is his turn?
That's not necessarily a bad thing, though, either.
It's after everyone except for Sydney. You know what? I'm gonna try it. I am going to... Oh, wait. I do not have that many spell slots left. Okay, so we won't do that one. We will do... Let's just do a good old fairy fire. DC 16. Out of sheer curiosity, can that reach? No, it cannot. Okay, so it's just going to be on him.
Okay.
As an invitation for everybody else to run up and hit him. Actually, it's a DC 17 once I step out of the cone.
Well, if you're casting anything, you got to be outside the cone.
Yeah.
There we go. Roller Mobster. I like that one better. That is a 14. It is quite nimble in that it cannot be prone, but it is not super dexy. It is a giant floating head.
Which lights up orange. And I look at everybody else and I'm like, do it! Also, on top of the do it, because we're going to need to hit it hard. Who's next? Ryan's next. Ryan will get Bardic Inspiration as my bonus action.
All right.
And that's my turn.
At the end of your turn, another eye stalk looks in your direction, Artem.
Mm-hmm.
As beams of pink, floaty, beautiful, wafty waves are shot in your direction. Can I have a wisdom save, please?
I mean, I can try. Oh, that's not good.
You look up at this beautiful specimen of unholy science and abomination, and you are utterly charmed as the charm ray successfully finds its home in your heart. You're charmed by the beholder for 1 hour, or until the beholder harms the creature.
Okay.
Next up, it is Ryan's turn. He sees that you are currently charmed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe. Does Lesser Restoration work against... No. Weird.
I mean, I would have said to him anyway, like, attack the thing!
It's true. Then yeah, he is going to use Guiding Bolt and fire at the creature with advantage. Thank you for that.
It's a plus D8, not... Oh, advantage, yeah, because Fairy Fire. But also a D8 if you need it.
You're gonna need it.
Okay, more than 15.
A D8, you say?
Yes.
That's unfortunate. Ryan briefly contemplates using the Fates card to make it so that it hits.
What a fucking waste.
Sadly, it goes wide, costing a spell slot and his inspiration. Ryan can't do much else from there. At the end of Ryan's turn, another eye stalk is going to point in the direction of him and is going to fire a green blast. Sorry, 1 second. The Beholder fires its most powerful ray, a dark, deep, evil green energy blast of necrotic energy at Ryan. The Death Ray.
Oh. He just got out of that situation,
you
man.
Gotta be mean to yourself that way.
You were already dead.
However, when subjected to a dexterity saving throw that only targets the creature, Ryan may benefit from the effects of Shield Master feat. His starting feat.
You have Shield Master. Nice.
And it does not land. And I do not believe it does any damage. It is a save or suck spell. And that is 3 legendary actions.
Okay.
Next up, it is Buzz's turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He is going to try and split up the attention of said Beholder. And make 2 attacks against the creature with advantage. That is 2 hits with an extra d6 on the first one. doing a total of 17 points of damage, of lightning damage. Not nothing. A decent chunk of damage. As a bonus action, it is also going to cast Expeditious Retreat. And dash to keep moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And try and take some cover. Up next, it is the Layer's turn. In the middle of the floor, you see bubbling up from the little ventilation, liquid aqueducts start bubbling and boiling over a black viscous goo. Or actually more of a green goo.
Rude.
The floor is lava.
The floor is slime.
Thank you.
A 50-foot square area of ground within 120 feet of the beholder becomes slimy. The area is difficult terrain until initiative count 20 on the next round. Everyone in that area inside the research sector is within difficult terrain. Tony.
Yes. So, please say again, Ryan. The green guys on the side, they're in the air as well?
They're 20 feet in the air, yeah.
They're 20 feet in the air, okay. And I'm currently in difficult terrain, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
There are, to be clear, these large shelves are also 20 feet tall.
Is that
okay?
5 feet
so
or
we're
10
already...
feet? Or rather, I guess the difference between these two floors where this above and below the stairs, how deep is that? Is that like a 5-foot difference or 10-foot difference?
Probably less than 5. It's
okay.
A couple steps down.
Okay.
All right. If I use my dash, I believe that gets me out. These are stairs on the side, right? Those aren't anything. Okay, then my dash gets me out. But he is 20 feet in the air. I will rage, because it's good to at least get that up. I'm gonna do that. Let's get angry. And Arthur's gonna be on my tail. He will also dash to get right about there.
Okay.
And then does he have? No, he does not have any sort of bonus that'll help him here. But we got plans. We're gonna get to where we want to get. But that is all we can do on this turn. I'll say no, he doesn't have. Never mind. Okay, let's just move in on this turn.
Okay.
Move and dash.
All right. I would say remember what you guys have in your possessions. They might prove advantageous.
Yep.
Richard, I know you're watching. What are you doing?
I got him. I actually remember what he did because, we were all here. And I was behind a cabinet at one point. But when Richard was at his bachelor party, he got drunk and he told me about what happened. Assuming I'm getting my timing right. Everything blurs together. What I remember him telling me is that he kind of ran off out of the aura to the west there. And I'm not going to repeat it on stream because he was saying some really not cool stuff. Like he should probably be canceled for the stuff he was doing. But
I was like, this is such a weird tirade to go on at this moment.
Yeah, like I know he was evil at the time. He was chaotic evil. So like I get it, but like, damn, dude, really? So he said some
evil
stuff.
is a different thing, though.
Yeah. And so, but basically, he used the Hexblade's curse on the big bad there.
Okay.
And then launched an Eldritch Blast at him. So I'm going to portray that here.
At advantage.
At advantage, because it did in fact hit him. He told me that it did.
That is a hit.
That's the first one. He gets 2.
Oh, right. All right. And then, boom, boom. Does a 16 hit him as well?
16 does not hit him. It bounces off of his metallic cybernetic implants.
Okay, so only one of them hit, but it did a whopping 14 damage with that Eldritch Blast.
Did you roll a d20 for damage?
I sure did. And here's why. He's earned it.
Alright. I have played in games where it's like, and the weapon damage die is a d20, which like statistically is not a lot, but you're like, it feels like the peak of power.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like it could be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so six damage with that Eldritch Blast.
Okay, does the Hexblade's curse... That's not right. Does the Hexblade's curse do anything in particular?
Yes, I added the bonus damage he gets. Any attack roll you make against the cursed... Oh, shit! Oh, wait, never mind. That was after modifier. Any attack roll you make against the cursed target is a crit on 19 or 20 on the d20. Okay. And then you get regain hit points once he dies. Bonus action, choose one target's curse for 1 minute. Yeah, it doesn't say anything else about it. So he's cursed for 1 minute. Curse ends early if the target dies, if Richard dies or is incapacitated.
Okay.
So that was movement, action, bonus action.
Alright, it is now Dr. Barnabas Holder's turn. He is going to shift the gaze of its eyes. It seems I have a new assistant in my lab. Welcome to the team, Mr. Artem. As he shifts its gaze towards the last non-charmed member of the band of bastards. And he's going to open fire with 3 rays.
Wait, guys, I know we're charming, but charmed too? Wait, I didn't get charmed, did I? I thought I was out of the line
No,
of
but he
sight.
charmed Artem.
Oh, okay. I
think I'm the only one charmed.
Alright. Let's see. Three beams go out. One towards Ryan, one towards Tony, one towards King Arthur. Tony, can I have a dexterity save?
You can.
For you.
Danger sense applies here, I think, right? Doesn't have to just target me. I believe danger sense applies here.
I believe so too.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't say it has to be a single target thing. It's your shield master that has to be, yeah. Just double checking. Alright.
And can I have a wisdom save for King Arthur?
You can, yeah. I'll do his first because I'm looking at his sheet first. Here's the King's Wisdom save. Come on, buddy. How about a 19?
A 19 will save.
I sincerely hope so. And then here's my dex save. How about a 20?
A dex save will save. A 23, rather, a 20. Checking the thing for... Oh, that's right. Three beams go out in an arc towards King Arthur. A blast of sand, drowsy, blue, sleep-inducing ray hits him, starts to make him feel wary. He is able to knock the sand out of his eyes, and he stands back up, unaffected. Ryan, hit with the same pink beam blasted in Artem's direction. With the power of his aura, he is able to resist the charming effects. Tony, a black and orange energy beam, diabolical, disintegrating, fires in your direction and creates a hole directly where your foot was. Sand immediately fills that hole of part of the floor that was turned. You dodge the disintegration ray.
Right.
So, fidgety! Stop running around! I promise I won't kill all of you! Up next, it is the lab assistant's turn. Tony, standing directly above you is one of the spectator lab assistants.
Yes.
It is going to fire at you. Give me 1 second. It is going to shift over a bit.
Okay.
Can I have a wisdom saving throw from Andrew and from Tony?
Wisdom
as
saving throw.
2 different beams fire out in 2 different directions.
Oh, okay. I was like, what shape is that? Wisdom. All right.
GG, y'all. It's been fun. Oh.
I have stuff for this. First,
okay.
I will re-roll using what I can do as a zealot barb. And that gives me. Let me double check it.
Too angry to fail.
Focus gives me plus rage damage. Okay.
Too angry to fail is a good name for an ability.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think. I can technically roll a 3rd time, Ryan, if I must, and I'm assuming I ought to.
You might want to if you don't know what's going to happen, but these aren't great.
Yeah. Technically on this one, it's the +2 instead of the +4, just based on they're coming from different sources. Okay. All right. The first one was my regular roll. Second was a class reroll. Third one was the Indomitable Axes reroll. That's what that was. That's why the mods were a little different there. Because the class one gets to add rage.
Very good.
You can see me. I took cover behind this wall.
He backed up.
He shifted over.
And
I can't draw lines because it will delete the other line, but I'm pretty sure I got it. He has enough movement to get you.
Yeah, probably.
But
I don't want to get hit.
Tony, despite everything that's happening on right now, you are not afraid.
Oh, good.
And you are not suffering from the frighten effect for 1 minute. Andrew, on the other hand, you are quite confused.
Confusion.
You cannot take as Confusion Ray has hit you successfully. On its turn, the target can't move, and it uses its action to make a melee or range attack against a randomly determined creature within range.
Oh no. Well,
that is the next turn.
That's half of what I was gonna do on my turn.
Damn. The other assistant will go after Buzz.
Damn it.
As it is currently alone. Not with advantage. As another green energy blast goes out. Buzz is not able to dodge this.
What good even are you?
Yoix! As 15 points of necrotic damage bore a hole into Buzz's armor, succumbing to the wounding ray.
It could be worse, though. It could be the Lana Del Rey.
Well, now we can make a con save. Expeditious hold. Expeditious retreat holds. That is the assistant's turn. Up next is the turrets. One is going to make an attack on Richard, one is going to make an attack on Sydney, one is going to make an attack on Ryan, one is going to make an attack on Tony.
That's fair.
Doesn't want to shoot at me and break me out of confusion.
Why would I want to do that?
On a win. Shits and gigs.
For funsies.
For funsies.
Just, you know.
It's lasers being lasers, you know.
I'm guessing it's... I'll say... Richard, that is a 23 to hit. Sydney, that is a 14 to hit. Ryan, that is a 10 to hit. Tony, that is a 10 to hit.
That will miss me.
I'm looking at Richard's sheet, and under AC it just says nuh-uh.
Oh, interesting.
Crazy.
What do you mean nuh-uh?
One of the turrets, as each one spins around independently of each other, you see a little red line dot line up on everyone, and it fires a forced beam. As Richard takes 8 points of force damage.
Which one
Sucky,
is
but not
temp
the worst.
HP?
Yeah,
He's got 3 different bars going on, and I can't tell.
I'm guessing the green is definitely his HP.
I just don't know if any are extra, like bonus hit points.
He's got them in.
You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said 8?
8.
He still has temp HP?
Gracias. Yeah. Unless he
Sydney.
died.
Yeah.
It is your turn. You are currently within the gate of the beholder, and inside a good thick level of slime. What do you wish to do?
I can tell you that the plan that I had all the way up until like probably one of the last moves you did, I had a plan and then the plan was gone.
No.
So the new one is 10, 20, 30. And I'm gonna throw a couple of axes at the guy.
Okay, you do have advantage because he is fairy fired.
I do.
No, it's funny because I thought about doing heat metal on him, but once I got charmed, I would have to drop heat metal. So I'm glad I did fairy fire because it is not a harmful effect.
That doesn't hit. That axe sails by. How about another one? Maybe that one hits.
That'll hit.
Yay. Just a little d6 plus 4. 9.
9 damage.
Yeah, fuck you.
All right.
I'm out of axes except for Severance, and I'm not getting rid of Severance.
I did have a thought about Severance. What's your distance that you can summon her?
It's within 30 feet.
Is there anything stopping you from, like, spawning her, like, on top of this? Because I think she'd be within range of him.
I don't think I can do it within the cone. Like, I can't summon her when I'm
no. I mean, if you left the cone, you might be able to put the person on top of the thing.
Like, yeah, I could probably do that.
Just a thought.
Have her, like, just dive bomb onto him.
Yes.
Just like...
Top of the round. Andrew, you are confused.
I am. I'm in a strange place. I woke up. I have this gun in my hand. I see two unfamiliar shapes, and they're both enemy shaped. So I guess I'm gonna point my gun and shoot at one of them. How do I determine?
You have 3 potential targets currently.
Do I? I only see 2.
The turret directly above you,
Tony,
and the spectator. I'm going to have you roll a d6. You're going to attack one of them.
Okay. Do you have the numbers set?
Yes.
I rolled a 5.
A 5 is the lab assistant, going left to right.
Assistant.
1, 2 being
Nice.
the spectator, 3,
All
4
right.
being Tony, 5, 6 being the spectator.
Nice.
So I'm looking around. I see that could be like disco lighting. Don't want to get rid of that. That's don't know who that is, but they're human. That's probably the bad guy. Boo!
That sounds very much like you.
Thank you. Do I get to add sneak attack to this?
You
Can I
don't have
bonus
any.
action aim?
Let's see. It doesn't say you can't use your bonus action.
All right. I'm going to go
So
ahead
I would
and
say, yeah.
bonus action aim. Can't move anyway.
You are confused, but you are locked in.
Fuck yeah. That's ADHD for you. And that's a nat 20.
Fuck yes.
Hey, Tony, I had to shoot at one of you, and it's a crit. How do you feel about that?
You critted me while I was having a nice tender moment with my wife. What is wrong with you?
No, I critted the alien.
Did you crit the alien or did you crit me?
Oh, it was the lab assistant. I was
Okay, cool.
He rolled very well.
goofing on you.
Cool. Hey, listen, I'm raging. It is what it is.
That's some good damage.
That's some very good
That's
damage.
some good damage.
Jeebus. 22, 32, 34.
It's really fucking good damage. Holy shit.
No, 32.
34.
32. Yeah.
32 damage.
32 gun damage.
You aim. You're like looking around. It's like that POV, like awkward frame where you're like, you point and look around, and you fire, and the bullet goes clean through the lab assistant,
Beautiful.
going through one eye, out the other, and then
I'm going to take
plop
cover.
on the ground.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. That is one creature down. So that is your bonus action. You cannot move. So you are there. You are no longer confused, I don't believe.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, tight. So I point to Tony. I'm like, and you're next! Oh, hey, Tony!
Hey, buddy. That's like
Hey.
moving the barrel. Maybe don't shoot me.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, since I'm raging, it's probably like, it's like that thing where like the hand wipes the face. So it's like, hey, no.
From across, you hear the yell of a distraught beholder. No! My assistant! Do you know how hard it is to get here on a derelict space station?
I know how hard it'll be to get another.
Do you?
Charges up and fires another I-beam. You are the closest one over there, so it assumes that you did it, Tony. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. How about a 19?
Once again, you feel the
The
inklings
barbarian
of
is rolling
fear
very well tonight.
start to overtake you. However, you are able to stomp it down as your rage keeps your mind focused. You are not afraid. Curse you! Next up, Artem.
What would wisdom? Is that like when you're like that's like internet debating and you're just like blah, 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 blah. Is that rage wisdom? I guess that's what that would be.
It's a primal form of wisdom, I suppose.
Okay.
Well,
Artem, you are currently charmed.
I am. So I start my turn. I'm like, you know what? Actually, he's kind of a cool guy. I mean, look at him. He's like cool machine parts. But you know what doesn't have machine parts? That glowing eyeball all the way over to the left. So I'm going to vicious mockery that one instead.
Okay. That is a wisdom save?
It is a wisdom save. DC 17. You're not nearly as cool as this guy.
I know! I'll never be as cool as the doctor. That is a fail.
And he takes 14 psychic damage from that.
Very nice, very nice.
Artem, sick burn.
You really hit his insecurity.
As well as disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes.
All right, I will make a note of that.
Love that.
And then Bardic Inspiration. I have to think about this because I can't. If I'm charmed, I wouldn't be saying anything inspiring toward against that guy. So what I think I would actually end up saying is be like, "Hey Tony, take out one of the turrets, will you?" So and I give Tony a Bardic Inspiration.
Thanks.
The end of your turn, Dr. Holder. It's like, what? No, stop fighting! You're on my staff now!
What?
There shall be no insubordination!
The other guys were trying to kill us. I mean, like, come on. You're cool. They're not.
A new ray begins to charge from Dr. Holder, one that has not been used so far before. This particular eyepiece has partial organic, partial cybernetic. It seems that it might have been cut by something at some point or replaced. It is difficult to say. It fires in the direction of Ryan.
Also, I don't
Ryan
suppose I
needs to
get to save at the end of my turn against the charm thing? Or does it just stay?
It says for an hour or until the beholder harms the creature.
Okay.
Whichever one happens first.
You're muted, Sid.
He didn't have to make a con save for sustaining an ouchie, right?
Who?
The beholder. The beholder.
I do not believe this is a concentration.
Stupid.
None of the
Yeah, if
IRAs
you're charmed,
are.
you're charmed.
Come on.
No.
Ryan is hit with a low but dark gray, stony ray.
Petrify or enfeebling?
As he attempts to dodge it, and pushing already against the slow nature of the slime behold him. He looks down at his feet as they are slowly starting to turn to stone.
Oh.
Hey, did we buy those potions I mentioned that can do the...
We did.
Status effect healing? We did? Okay, good. Oh yeah, there it is. Potion of... Yes. Okay. I forget what it was called, but I realized I didn't put it in my inventory.
See. This big unfailed save. That's pretty bad. Ryan has one more chance to avoid me turning to stone. He is currently restrained. Ryan does not have much else to help him right now. He is going to cast Bless. Using his last... Ooh, he's really out of spells. He'll use Bless at first level. No, he'll use it at second level. He will give it to himself. He will give it to Tony.
Okay.
He will give it to King Arthur.
This D4 on attack saves and rolls, right?
Correct. And he will give it to Artem.
Hey! I feel heavenly!
He has another chance to avoid being turned to stone before being immediately turned to stone. He does have the bonus from the shield as well as his own aura, but he's not entirely dex. Unable to fight off the effects of the petrification ray, Ryan turns to stone.
Well, nice having you back for a little while, buddy.
I don't know if... What does petrification say?
Greater restoration and wish.
Jesus, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's up to Richard then.
Oh shit.
Ryan can also use the effects of the Fates card to undo this. Or you can save it if you feel comfortable, if you feel confident that you'll be able to unpetrify him in the future. What do you wish to do? You have 2 wishes and 1 Fates card.
Is he going to be petrified? Like, you said he has one more chance, right?
He just made it. He rolled another 10.
Oh. I don't know if we can count on Richard doing it because chaotic evil. So might want to use the Fates card. And Ryan would know he's chaotic evil right now.
Wait, who did Artem give Bardic Inspiration to, and have they used it?
Tony.
I have it and no.
Oh, Tony. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Ryan used the Bardic Inspiration on the first attack and still missed.
Oh no!
There's a 1. The Fates card is very powerful. It can undo one thing. It can be used to save, fix a save. It can rewrite events. What do you wish to do? It is not my decision to make.
I think Fates card. We can't count on anything to fix Ryan. Otherwise, we just don't have.
But here's the question: do we use it now, or just fix him after the battle?
He can't,
so that he doesn't get hit again.
He has to be the one using the Fates card.
Oh, right. Okay. Then I'd rather not have you be a statue.
Is this the consensus?
Oh yeah.
All right.
I know it sucks.
Then using
it's strong, but
Then using the ability of the Fates card, the stone that starts to form across Ryan's body chips away and falls as he is no longer petrified. And the use of the Fates card is gone. But people are still blessed, and Ryan is still in the game. And he's no longer restrained, but that is his turn. Up next, it is Buzz's turn. Seeing it is going rough out there, he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to make 2 attacks on the floating spectator. One is a natural 1. It's unfortunate. "14 points of damage. And kind of what he can do right now. I'll just kind of hold up right there. On the 20th initiative turn, the slime goes away as a new layer action appears. All along the walls, small robotic and organic tendrils emerge and try to grapple anything that is close. Tony, Artem, you guys are the ones closest to it. Currently, it cannot reach you. They flail and try and grab you and pull you in, but they are unsuccessful. Up next, Tony.
Yes. All right, Ryan, you said the walls around the perimeter are also like 20 feet?
What's that?
Like where the turret is, that's up on a higher wall from where I currently am, correct?
Yeah, it's like a big shelf, like a big
okay.
wall.
And how tall would you say?
20 feet.
Okay. If I start climbing, do you want an acrobatics or something for me to climb my way up there?
I would say athletics. You're.
I'm sorry, I said acrobatics. I meant athletics. My bad.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I almost rolled it in Discord. That's not what I meant to do. All right. So here we go. I'm raging, so it is advantaged. How about a 22?
Yeah, you're able to climb up there. We'll say we use
as
you're
part of
you're
my
able to
speed.
use your yeah.
Okay. It's 20 feet up. It's 25. I'm gonna say I'm gonna dash on this, so that will get me there. And as part of Charger feat, I'm gonna make a melee attack against this turret.
All right, let's see it.
I haven't used Charger feat in a bit, but it makes sense to do here. So how about 14 to hit the thing?
That thing's pretty heavily armored.
Okay.
You do have bless, and you do have bardic inspiration.
Right. Let's tack on the bless. How about 18 to hit?
That is what you need to break through its heavy reinforced armor.
Thank you. I wanted to save my my bardic inspiration if possible. All right. So this is gonna do an extra +5 damage because of the what do you call it? Charger. And it's my first melee strike, so it gets the radiant as well. So I'm gonna deal a total of 22.
Very nice. You cleave into this thing, and you take a massive chunk of damage with it. It is just barely holding on currently.
Okay. Arthur is going to fire his crossbow at it. And as he does, he is going to use his fighting spirit. That is going to give him +5 HP, and it's going to give him advantage on this shot.
Okay.
So let's see what we got. And he will hit.
He will?
Yeah, 20 will hit. So we're going to deal another... one of these. Max crossbolt damage for another 9.
We go into VATS mode as Arthur lines up the shot. Follows the crossbow bolt and explodes right in your face.
Nice. Nice. Great job, King. You got it, Craig. He's going to take a step back so that he can get line of sight on this one up here. But that'll be all for this turn.
At the end of your and at the end of Arthur's turn, the Beholder, it's like, you are both being quite annoying. I think you need to sit down.
Does he have an
Tony,
Inuyasha spell?
Can I get a strength saving throw from you, Tony?
Yes, you can.
And a wisdom saving throw from Arthur, please.
23 strength save for me.
Okay.
Oh, actually, it's a 24. I rolled Arthur's strength stat by accident. So, anyways, but we're good there. Wisdom for Arthur.
He is also blessed, don't forget.
Yes, I think he may need it, so we'll tack that on. Ooh, 15. I don't know.
A 15 is exactly what he needs to pass.
Okay, we know the DC. That's good.
As earlier when it summoned the iPad to its side, you feel a invisible force try to shove you off the side of the shelves. You were able to plant your indomitable axe, and you hold strong as you are not shoved away through telekinesis.
Wonderful.
Similarly, as a spooky ray of dark scariness is shot in the direction of Arthur, he is able to hold true and not succumb to fear, because his lord and liege, Craig, is here leading the charge. Up next is Richard's turn.
So Richard has not stopped just spewing this. I mean, you guys were there. Pretty nasty language. And then to make it worse, he runs over out of the aura. He, of course, looses his 2 Eldritch Blasts, which I don't recall how he does those.
Evil Disney green energy.
Is it like he hurls it like a Kamehameha or a Hadouken? Or is he just like... Well, whatever it was he did.
I feel like if it's chaotic evil, it's like a bird flip and it just shoots out from the fingernail.
16 and an at 20. Oh, wait. Advantage. So an at 20 and a 23.
23. Nice.
So,
those both hit.
I forget, are we doing 1 full damage dice and then an extra, or are we double damage dicing it?
We've been going back and forth.
Okay. I'll just roll 3d10.
Yes. And whatever mod.
Add plus 3. Am I doubling the mod as well?
No double on the mod.
Okay. 22.
Very nice.
Sickening damage. And then
does anything
the fuck up part.
Or your crit range is expanded with the curse, correct?
Correct, yeah, from 20 to 19. Okay. The fucked up part, he then took cover behind Artem.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was like...
kind of fucked up.
Yeah, oh yeah, real fucked up. I mean, I've forgiven him for it since, but like, I don't know if it's my place to... Yeah, I get that.
Fuck you, Richard.
Oh wait, no, I have something for this. Where is it?
What the fuck, Richard?
Okay.
We miss you, Richard. Get home safe. And that's Richard.
Well, this makes things easier, I suppose.
I had a feeling it would.
Oh, he said something.
Bonus action Hex before that. Oh, on top of the
Curse.
For some reason, I thought the Hexblade Curse replaced
Why
Hex.
is he moving?
Would I be able to
readjust?
No thanks.
Would I be able to bonus action Hex on him? Or am I gonna have to save that for next? Okay. Sorry, Ricardo.
As everyone is inside the anti-magic cone.
Does it permeate walls?
Does not go through walls. So technically those on the other side of the wall would have... if they do something that does not rely on sight. Or straight line. He does hover about 10 more feet higher. He is now currently sitting at 40 feet in the air. And he's going to fire 2 shots, one at you, Tony, and one at Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
Tony, you are hit with a electric yellow ray. As it courses through your veins, you start to double over. Can I get a Constitution saving throw?
You can. I'm looking at Arthur's sheet again. All right, here we go. 24.
That is a success. You are not paralyzed. Buzz needs to make a wisdom saving throw. He is not great at those. But that is enough. As the same Sandman Sand Blast ray is fired in his direction, there's an attempt to make him fall asleep. It is unsuccessful. Next up, it is his lab assistants. Many people are currently within the bubble. They are out of reach, as it were. But Buzz is not. Buzz is going to get 2 hits. One is a fail, one is a success. Buzz is hit with another spooky ray. He is afraid. And now they'll be able to move closer towards his quarry, the spectator. so long as it is alive. But he is not hit with another wounding ray, which is not bad. Up next, it is the turret's turn. One has been eliminated. 3 more still yet remain. One is going to fire against you, Andrew. One is going to fire against you, Sydney. One is going to fire against Ryan. That is a 10 towards Andrew. That is a 9 towards Sydney. That is a 20 towards Ryan.
10 is a miss.
Meets it, beats it. What was the red I gave myself? Petrification. And there goes Ryan's 10th HP. That saves. He is still maintaining Bless. Not that I don't know if it necessarily helps him in here, but I think even without it, he would still make it. Bottom of the round, Sydney.
Question real quick. This thing that I have, this commanding grasp, it doesn't specify that I use an action. Does that mean it's just a thing that happens and I still get my fucking action?
I think we've been saying
using my maneuver points.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been saying that it's been an action. You're summoning someone to your hand, right?
I was thinking about it, yeah.
I think that is using your action.
Okay, that's fair, that's fair.
I think that's what we've done so far, because that feels like an actionable thing.
It does feel like super action. I just wanted to verify that I wasn't deliberately nerfing myself. So, for fun, I am in his ray of stuff, right? I'm assuming.
You are. Oh, can you not see it?
No. But it doesn't matter a whole lot, because I'm gonna go...
Can you see it now?
I can see it now. Try to that little bastard down here.
Okay.
Strength save.
Would you believe they're not the strongest?
I was hoping that they weren't.
That is a 3.
I am grappling a spectator.
You summon the creature to your hands.
So it's not 20 feet up anymore.
Yes, it is now on the ground. You summon it to your hands. You could only see quite far ahead. Now it is like the size of basically a smart car with like dangling arms. It is considered... Yeah, it is a medium-sized creature. So it is like...
Okay, cool. Because it's my size or smaller, so that works. All right, so he's down on the ground with me. That was my action. I don't think I have a bonus action that could do anything. I can spend a maneuver point that I don't have anymore. And I used my second wind last go, so that is my turn.
Sydney, as you pull Dr. Holder's last lab assistant to your hand, it's like, not nice. It fires a sleepy dream ray towards you. Can I get a wisdom saving throw, Sydney?
Do I get to go night? Oh man. Hold on. I get to go night. Sick.
Oh boy, it's tired. It'd be a long day here.
It's been a long day.
So you grapple this thing. You're like, all right, now I can finally take you down. And you...
Yes. Perfect.
You fall asleep and remain unconscious for 1 minute.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Top of the round, Andrew.
Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and bonus action skedaddle. Puts me kind of half cover here, I guess. And I need some range because according to the Pythagoras theorem, I am 72 feet away from this bad boy. But I need to be 60 feet for a lot of my shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out that bolt gun. And I'm going to aim it and fire. At advantage, because he's still lit up like a dang Christmas tree.
He is indeed. A fairy fire might be the clutch thing of this game.
Oh, it's only a 12, but it's not a 1.
It swats away the bolt with one of its tendrils.
Dang it.
Well, that's my turn.
Don't worry, little one. I see you.
Oh, no you don't. You got other people to worry about, don't...
Maybe this will work this time. As it fires a slow-mo ray in your direction, can I get a dexterity saving throw?
You sure, man? Oop, that was not supposed to be at advantage. 13.
Do you have anything to bump it up?
I don't believe I have a bardic inspiration. I think I used that last session. Not blessed. Canny, fancy footwork, no. No, I think I just have to fucking eat it.
It seemed to be anticipating you swinging around and hitting him again. One eye seemed to be always clocking wherever you were going. That slow eye. And the second you poked out and took a shot at him, it fired directly back at you. You are slowed. On a failed save, the target speed is halved for 1 minute. In addition, the creature can't take reactions. It can take either an action or a bonus action on its turn, not both. The creature can repeat saving throws at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success.
Okay.
Artem, how are you liking your new internship so far?
I mean, it's great, but I've got to climb the corporate ladder, and the first way to do that is by removing the competition. So I'm going to move over here, and
That's good.
I'm going to look at the, what are they called? Spectators? Spectators.
You look over, and Sydney is, like, cuddling with one of these things. It is trying to break free from her grapple, like, and it's just like, come here.
Actually, you know what? I could do even better. I can get up right next to it, and I can tase it. I'm like, get off her! She's sleeping! Oh, come the fuck on. That might be the worst roll I've ever had.
That is a miss.
Yeah, it is. Well.
Artem, you have the chance if you wish. You remember when Sydney fumbled that bolt gun and shot you in your butt. Are you sure that your hand doesn't drift a little over? She's wearing that metal armor right now. It would be so easy. It might even wake her up.
You know what? It would be nice. But also, I've been holding on to an inspiration this entire fucking time. And I should probably use it at some point.
All right.
Don't disappoint me, Sydney. Does an 18 hit?
That does hit.
All
I
right.
don't know, Sid, what's your AC?
It didn't roll.
Oh, you're not aiming at Sid, okay.
Extra damage for some
My
reason.
AC is an 18, though.
I'll roll that separately. God. It rolled
he hit me.
such low, stupid fucking damage, but wow. Wow.
You do that little, like, you just did laundry and you get a little static shock there.
Absolute fucking minimum damage from Shocking Grasp. It rolled 3
And you used
lightning.
you used an inspiration point for that, too.
Oof,
I can't do anything, apparently. I tried.
All right.
It did 3 lightning damage.
Point is, it's on the ground. That's all that matters right now.
The beholder looks just like, well, at least he is restraining himself, not doing too much damage to my lovely lab assistants. That would be really frustrating if he was really trying to hurt them.
He's
I'm just gonna
doing his own
insult him next
experiment.
time.
It's fine.
Ryan is not petrified. He is blessed. And he is not slimed, so he's like, okay, guys, we need to get this thing on the ground now. One,
Yeah.
2,
Yeah, we do.
3, 4, 5, 6. Ryan is... I'm gonna use this last fourth one there. He's got one spell slot left. Command. Drop. He's gonna try and get him to fall. This is a wisdom saving throw. Taking a picture of this.
Well then.
Command. You speak one word command to a creature you can see within range, and the strike must succeed a wisdom saving throw, or follow the command its next turn. The spell has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it. Some typical commands of their effect follow. Might issue a command other than the one described here. If you do so, the DM determines how the target behaves. It cannot go prone. But I will say that it falls. Moves down. And I think that's what it does with its turn. It is going to use another I-beam at Ryan. It is going to attempt a Charm Ray at Ryan. That is successful. Ryan is, in fact, charmed. But it is going to drop significantly further down on its turn. Next up, it is Buzz's turn. It has... What did I have it? It's afraid.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's going to use something that doesn't need to worry about hitting or not. It fires 4 little guided missiles into the spectator, finishing it off.
Hell yeah.
It is no longer afraid. You will move over to join you guys. I think, because I used one on Andrew, I used one on myself. And I used one on Sydney. So it has no more legendary actions. The layer actions. That said... Tony. Directly at your feet, you see a little panel open up, and another mechanical eye stalk appears directly in front of you. It charges up its beam and it fires at you. Can I have a Constitution saving throw, please?
You're muted.
On Discord, yeah.
I swear I unmuted it, but whatever. Macs are bad. Where is... Sorry, I need to double check. Thing. Okay, it's once per rage, so I cannot use my reroll. I've already done it once. So I fail that one, whatever it is.
The yellow bolt of electricity hits you. As your chest starts to seize up, you are paralyzed.
Okay.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn, ending the effect on a success.
Okay.
Conveniently, it is your turn, Tony, so you get another chance to succeed here. Don't forget you are still
get
blessed.
That paralysis out of here. Get it out of here.
The little eye stalk that shocked you and paralyzed you, it sees you undo itself, or shake free of it, and it sneaks back inside the machinery.
And now it's Arthur's turn. It's not still difficult terrain down here, is it? That's
it is
gone
not,
away?
no.
He's gonna run around here. He's gonna give himself that advantage he can do again. He's gonna fire a crossbow bolt at the beholder.
Okay.
Pack a D4 on there. Okay, let's make it. That's 15.
Yes.
What is the total?
15.
15 does not hit. It bounces off.
All right. Bounces off,
next.
and Arthur starts to reload. Blast it.
Richard.
So currently he's 40 feet in the air, right?
That is correct.
And I could see him, like Ryan can see him from over this wall.
You heard on Ryan's turn, he grabbed his holy symbol, which is probably something nerdy, like a Captain America shield or something, and he called out, "Drop!" And
Gotcha.
It seemed to happen. It is still firing beams, but it looks nervous as it seems to be about to do something on its turn.
Excellent. I will pop over next to him and in this aura and cast Hex. Just to make sure. Okay, yeah, definitely. So yeah, he'll cast Hex on him, which... Do I need to roll a bonus action, place a curse? Okay, so not a save or anything. I'll go ahead and then at advantage do some more Disney bolts. So first one, it's a 24 to hit.
Hits.
I'll just go ahead and roll the D10 plus 3.
For your Hex, what ability check are you targeting?
Ooh, that is a good question. It was not clarified. Intelligence? Well, it affects saves, right?
No, just checks.
Just checks. Okay. Okay, yeah, intelligence. And then he's going to turn to the sleeping member of the party and it was fucked up when he did this. He absolutely hisses at Sydney and says, "Wake up! We've got work to do." Which, like, whoa, bud. Whoa. And fucking blast Sydney with an Eldritch Blast.
Roll for damage.
Your mic is cutting.
That hits.
Yeah. So six Disney green damage.
You could have slapped me in the face. You could have slapped me.
I have one action. I'm not gonna waste it.
And yes, that's not where I thought that was going.
Okay.
Roll. Is the 6 for roll damage for the beholder too?
The beholder. That was the 7. That was up there.
Yes, thank you very much.
I'm assuming I'm awake.
I'm like, it takes an action to wake up. I fire at sleeping Sydney. That works.
That'll do
it. Sydney, you're just about to hit REM cycle when an orb of evil Disney green energy hits you and wakes you up, and you're cuddling the corpse of a obliterated spectator.
What the fuck happened? Fine. Glad it's dead, really.
Is there anything else you wish to do with your turn, Richard?
Move action, bonus action. No, I'm good. Thank you.
All right. The beholder's turn. As part of the grovel action, it falls prone. However, beholders are immune to prone.
Sorry, it should have also taken a D6 in
necrotic damage.
Necrotic. I forgot to roll that. Oh my goodness.
Okay, 2 more.
Thank you.
You've done a decent amount of damage to it, but he's still holding on. That said, this was all while firing on its high chair, 40 feet in the air.
You saying he'd be holding on?
He be holding on in a wing and a prayer. But he's especially praying now, as suddenly he drops. Down to just a few inches off the ground. And ends his turn. As a part of the command action.
Hell, yes.
Stay away from me if you know what's good for you! The lab assistant's turn. They are dead. The turrets are still alive. Seeing... not great odds. They are going to all focus fire on the weakest of you. Which will make Richard very happy. As all 3 turrets focus on the junior member of your team, King Arthur.
Oh boy.
But what is King Arthur's AC currently?
Who's got
should be 20.
All the focus fire, like unleash a round of force bolts. Arthur is able to deflect all of them.
Oh,
that's what full plate and a shield will do for you.
That indeed. Sydney, you are prone on the ground after taking damage, but you are awake again. The lab assistants have been taking care of. The turrets are still firing. And you do not see Dr. Barnabas Holder in the air.
Okay. I do have the issue, though, of standing up as half movement, though.
Correct.
That could get me there. I think I might try what Artem maybe mentioned. I think because I have to summon Melanie Ravenswood within 15 feet of me, I'm gonna go... Can I just summon her right there?
Where?
Like on top of this wall, half wall.
Yeah, sure.
Wall. That is I believe, a bonus. Yes, and then as her action, I am going to have her fucking like jump down and attack him. Oh god, she's dead already. Okay. Oh,
undead thing.
I don't suppose I can see through these walls, can I?
You cannot.
She's up there anyway. She can't jump. She can throw an axe. She can throw severance. Because we're out of axes, and that's what she has.
What happens if she drops severance?
I don't know. That's the problem. You know what? Maybe for now she stays there. Maybe for now she draws fire, potentially.
Okay.
Because otherwise, she vanishes if she jumps down there.
Okay.
That's the turn.
Top of the round. Andrew, it is your turn. You are slow.
Fantastic. Right. I forgot. That's fine. So I can only take action. Cool. I'll go ahead and I still have advantage. I'm going to take out my new toy, Han Solo's blaster. I'm going to level it at our friend here. And go ahead and... Oh. That's a bummer.
That is a miss. Was that one charge you were using?
No, I would have unloaded with 3, so I'm going to honor that. Yeah, I'm just a little too slow. I don't
All right. Take a point of inspiration for being honest, though.
I'd like to use my inspiration to re-roll.
No.
All right. Well, that's my turn. Do I re-roll for slow, or is that a concentration?
It looks like you can re-roll. You can repeat at the end of each your turn.
Tight. And that was a Dex?
That is a Dex saving throw, yes.
Whoops, not at advantage, but the first one's 23.
That is a success.
Yeah.
That said, it saw you poke around and fire at you. It is just a few inches off the ground, very uncomfortable that is this close to lowly creatures such as yourselves. It sees you and fires another ray at you. Can I have a strength saving throw, please?
Oh. Does the pin do it?
Does not. As that same telekinetic force that Tony was able to push off before, you are not.
What happens to my body?
You feel your arms and your legs restrained, as if a massive hand is pulling you tight, and then you are thrust back into the wall.
Woof.
You are restrained by the raised telekinetic grip until the start of the beholder's next turn, or until the beholder is incapacitated.
Cool. I think for comedic effect, when you see Andrew like kind of force grabbed, he goes, "Harder, Daddy," and then he gets thrown against the wall, and it's not that hard, Daddy.
Yeah, you are restrained and pushed up against the wall.
Do I take damage from that, or just
You do not. You are just restrained at this moment.
Oofy doofy. I'll change my token.
Artem.
Well, I can't attack him. You said that these walls are like 20 feet up?
20 feet tall, yes.
Well, what about this thing over here?
What's the question?
Like, can I somehow climb on top of multiple things to get up onto a wall?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like, this is like a desk or a terminal or something like that, so that's probably like 5 feet up, and then there's like 15 more feet. I was thinking like with a shelf, there's like, Nick, you can use your half your speed to climb up.
Oh, okay. Actually, you know what? I'll just do it the easy way. Move over here, and I'm gonna use that brand new bow. And we are going to use the Melody of Precision, because I don't think I'm going to be able to hit it otherwise. So I get a +2 on top of my normal, which I will definitely need. 17 doesn't hit still. Jesus. Well,
just shot.
I tried.
But, you are blessed currently.
Oh. That's right. That'll hit now.
Go ahead, roll for damage.
6 piercing damage.
All right, very nice. Right into the side of the machine. There's little sparks raining out from the side.
I think that's everything. Actually, I can give Sydney an inspiration.
Okay. End of your turn. It does not see you from where you are currently. It does see Tony high up on top.
That's fair. Very visible.
Tony, can I have a wisdom saving throw as a bunch of pretty pink hearts are fired in your direction?
You can. You can. 16. I'm good. Assuming it's the same DC all around, yeah.
Yes. Now, what if one was just like DC 18?
That's why I was a little concerned. I was like, the rage should all be the same, but I don't know.
You succeed against the charm save. Ryan is up next. He is out of spell slots. He is... Does he have anything? I think he has javelins. Assuming we bought javelins for him. Which actually, we might not have. I think we just got him. So, all he can do is run and climb. 1, 2,
lay on hugs.
3. I think everyone's okay.
I know, I'm just saying, I don't know what else he has other than lay on hugs at this point.
Not much. Well, he's got regular smacking things around.
I was gonna say, could he smite on just a punch?
He needs spell slots for smites, so... without his spells, there's not a whole lot he can do. So he's going to start making his way towards smacking one of these things, because he cannot fight against the... what's it called? Beholder. Up, Buzz, he's like, he's on the ground! Guys, we need to focus on him before he gets back in the air now! Quickly! And 35. He might not be able to make it. Actually, yeah, I think he will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's going to fire another good honest damage. On the beholder. $16 points of force damage going directly into the beholder. Let's see, that was 1 on you, Andrew, 1 on Tony. Did I do a third eye ray yet? I don't think so, because I don't think anyone else has been able to around to get it. It will go to Buzz then. Sleep Ray.
Oh no. Oh, Buzz.
Hits Buzz, and this toy is putting back in the play chest. He is asleep.
Jeez.
I don't know if sleep makes you lose your expedition dice or concentrated on spells, but I feel like you can't.
Yeah, just sleep break concentration 5e.
I think it does.
Yeah, I would assume so.
On turn 20, once again.
Yeah, you lose concentration through sleep, yes.
Okay.
Because it's unconsciousness, technically. Not technically, very specifically.
Not again.
Slime emerges on the floor, covering everything in the center area. But those that are above such slime, it does not bother them. What you doing, Tony?
I'm going to run along this ridge, and I'm going to take a running jump, which I calculated I can make with my stats, onto this guy.
All right, you jumping on the Hydra's back?
Yes, I am. Do you want me to roll anything specific for landing there?
You are leaping 20 feet up in the air onto a pointy, floating beholder. Give me a dex.
Is he not on the ground? Is he not grounded at the moment?
He is a few inches off the ground. He is not prone on the. He's immune to prone.
Gotcha. Okay, so but either way, I can definitely make the jump. But what do you want from me for the roll?
Give me a dex save to land.
Okay. Are we saying this can benefit from danger sense? Do his spikes count as a trap?
I don't think so. I think you are purposely doing it this time.
Okay. Well, I might take some damage when I land, but that's okay.
All right. You take 11 bludgeoning points as you stumble hard onto this massive... It's basically like a minivan with eye stalks.
That's fine. I am raging, so at least it's reduced. And now that I'm here, I'm going to take 2 attacks.
Okay.
So here they come. He's not... Is he? I know he is hovering, so I guess he's not considered prone. This isn't at advantage or anything.
Well, he's got fairy fire, so you're good either way.
Oh, he does have fairy fire. Okay, cool. I figured there was something else going on there that I... All right, we've got a 17 and a 22. Just in case the 17 isn't enough, let's do the bless to make it a 19.
That'll hit.
Okay, excellent. All right, here we go. I am raging, so this should be a nice big hit. That. Oh, I'm sorry. I did want to as my bonus, also do my weapon coating with the gift of the Chernobog. I'm sorry, I did forget to say that. I'm trying to hit him as hard as possible on this in this
That's
one
fair.
go.
Good.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna make it a D4 of. He's got like armor, sort of, so I'm gonna make it acid. I feel like that's gonna cut through. No, I want to make it armor, or do I want to make it acid or electricity? I'm gonna make it acid. So, if you need me to break this down, let me know. But it's 31 damage.
Very nice. The first, well, not I wouldn't say first. You guys have been taking chunks and chips at him all night, and very solid. It does not seem that this particular alien is resistant to acid.
He does seem to be.
It does not seem that he's resistant to acid.
Okay, thank you. Cool. Because I know that
you run into another alien that might employ acid.
Yeah. Well, it's unless we long rest, I can't use this again anyway, so it's all good.
Okay.
All right, and then Arthur can only get there, but he is going to fire off another of his crossbow bolts. I don't know why I find that hard to say, crossbow bolts, but I do.
Crossbow bolts.
Yeah.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Well, he does not hit. He does not hit.
It's moving all around. You're like on a buck and bronco right now, so
he just
maybe
he's
trying to not hit
Craig.
you.
Exactly.
All right.
Irish wristwatch. I feel like if you say that with a bit of an Irish accent, it helps. Irish wristwatch. Yeah.
I got myself an Irish wristwatch. No,
so unfortunately, Richard is going to have to spend his whole time moving. So, action, dash. So that's 40 feet. 50, 60. Yeah. Oh, what is this stuff? Is that stuff we can take cover behind? Is that low walls?
I think they're like desks and shit, like servers.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, he's gonna stack up behind Buzz. And unfortunately, that's his turn.
The Beholder's turn. Having a creature directly on it starts to rise 20 feet into the air. Tony, you're going for a trip. As you both move 20 feet into the air. It does not like you on it currently.
Of course not. I expected as much.
It fires one ray at King Arthur and fires 2 rays at you, Tony.
Okay. I was hoping maybe I'd be like in a spot it couldn't get to somehow, but that's fine.
I mean, in ways you are blocking. You are very much in its radar right now.
Gotcha.
Can I get a wisdom save for Arthur?
Yes. Arthur's wisdom. Oh, we have the same wisdom. That makes it easier.
And can I get 2 dex saves from you?
You can. This I can danger sense.
Correct.
All right, here's Arthur. 16, he's good. All right. And here comes me. Okay, we're gonna do AABB just to make this simpler. That is, oh boy, that's a 13 and a 22. So one of them's gonna hit me.
The 22 succeeds. You're able to dodge as you see that same stony ray fly past you. You are not turned to stone. However, The dark orange and black ray that you have all too intimate familiarity with. The disintegration ray hits you point blank.
Does that work like the actual disintegration spell? Or is it just like, that's what it's named? I mean, I would like to know, because I might just be gone. Although I think you have to have less... I think you have to have
Ryan's wedding, when Tony got vaporized?
I think you have to have less than 50 HP for that to happen. But, anyway.
Your blast. Full front. 45 points of force damage. Your nice wedding vest turns to dust, and a good chunk is blasted. 45 points of force damage.
Alright. But I'm raging. I'm just kidding. I know that doesn't matter.
To answer your question, no, it is not the disintegrate spell.
Okay. Because I think that's how it works, right? If when you get hit with it, you have fewer than 50, you're just gone no matter what, I think.
Kinda, yeah. It's like a bunch of damage plus the big flat damage.
You might just be gone, yeah. Alright, cool. Well, that took me down. I'm at like 40% of my health now. that hurt. I went from... Oh, boy. Oh, oof. Okay. But I'm here.
It starts to move up. You are still actually for that.
Yeah, I understand. I'll give you a roll.
Give me either a strength or I'll say a dex save to maintain balance on this thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a strength, like I'm holding on. Plus, I'll get advantage of that with my rage. So, nat 20, baby. I'm there. Right. I'm hanging on. I just got Bugs Bunny Looney Tunes blasted in the face, but I'm hanging on.
These are dead. Turret are up. One is going to take a shot at you, Tony. One is going to take a shot at Ryan. One is going to take a shot at, unfortunately, Melanie. Tony, that is a 12 to hit. I'm guessing that misses.
No. Yep.
Ryan, that is a 19 to hit. That just barely misses. Melanie, that is a 18 to hit. Does that hit?
It's almost funnier when you're muted.
Me wailing, just fuck! That was my one plan, it's gone! Fuck!
Melanie is...
Yeah. Yeah, I got that. Mm-hmm.
Sydney, it is just your turn as you look up and see Melanie. What?
I wasn't gonna swap spots with her or anything like that. Yeah.
But that would have been a good plan.
It would have been a pretty good plan if I wasn't fucking number 6 in initiative. Okay. He's 20 feet up now. Hypothetically speaking, him 20 feet where he is, would Melanie, would she have been able to hit him where she's at?
Is kind of a distance. Melanie would have been able to probably, if Melanie could move.
Like,
I'll say, yeah, like he's like right at the top of the where the shelves end.
Okay. I guess it's either 10.
So yeah, I'll say Melanie would have made it.
Beneath him, or I can try to get on top of there and at least try to hit him. So I guess I'll do that. Actually, no, I lied. I'm going to use a gun because we have 15 of them and everybody had one. So I'm gonna move over there and I'm gonna pull out a fucking gun and I'm gonna shoot
at it. Can I dual wield gun?
Do you have hand crossbow expert?
Nope.
No.
I don't have to be good at it.
Then
But I can do it, right?
Hold on real quick.
Chelsea said you guys have made significant damage on
11.
this guy.
It doesn't matter.
No one was shot, so you can say it better than...
Great!
I mean, he is still fairy fired.
Oh, yeah! Hey.
Although I think we are coming up
50.
on it dropping.
Just being 10 rounds, I have been keeping track.
I think we're on 7.
Okay.
B.
No, that doesn't hit.
Sick.
It is Andrew's turn, but he does not appear to be here.
I'm here. Okay, cool. I'm going to... Wait, do I have to... Am I, like, stuck still?
I'm checking right now. Until the start of the Beholder's next turn, the Beholder had his turn, so it seems like you are no longer restrained.
Lovely. And I... Oh my god. This token thing is being a brat. Okay. I'm going to return to where I was getting some cover, and they're in 55 feet, which Pythagorean system says I should be technically within 60 feet. I'm gonna go ahead and give Solo's blaster a little smooch, aim it, and loose 3 more rounds.
Okay.
Gadoosh.
What did
That
you
is a
call me?
19. Jesus. Man. And then gonna go ahead and damage 3 times.
Very
31.
nice.
And he gets
Yep.
blasted back 5 feet. 15 feet.
All right, 31 points of damage.
Force damage.
Tony, can I have a dexterity save, please?
Is this me getting rocked, or is this a spell kind of thing?
This thing's getting pushed back 15 feet. This is whether you're able to hold on or not. I'm not saying you're not prepared for this. You are just trying to, like, the subway just stopped and you are trying to catch yourself.
You
Sure,
do hear a pew pew.
Before I was specifically like clutching on via strength. Can I do that again, or does it have to be dex?
You are maintaining balance.
Okay. Fair enough. Even with the blessed, I'm not going to stay on.
Yeah, you the thing just gets launched from beneath your feet and you fall 20 feet down onto the ground.
Ow.
And you take a paltry 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, we'll call
Sorry.
it 4. Yeah, I was hitting it really hard, so gotta set that up again.
And then I'm gonna tuck back here, and I'm gonna go ahead and hide. Bonus action. Cower.
All right. End of your turn is going to use a legendary action. It is going to, let's see. It sees people there sneaking around trying to get it. I need a, though it is much more concerned. Well, no, you're on the ground now, I would say. Richard, can I have a wisdom saving throw, please?
Richard. Wisdom save is a +1. D20 +1. Well, a 19, do it.
Richard is not charmed by this creature. Richard is dealing with all kinds of evil. It does not seem that this floats Richard's boat.
Hell yeah. You're welcome, Richard.
Artem.
Well, I mean, I see him around the corner and I'm like, hey, bud! I'm just, climbing the corporate ladder.
Kill them! Kill them and I will promote you now!
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then I shoot the turret.
No! Hit.
That's a 21 to hit, 4 damage.
Nice on his damage. End of Artem's turn is going to charge another beam. A stony ray begins to charge Tony. I need a dex save.
Okay. This one is danger sensed.
Yes.
Right. We're good. That's
You feel
20.
You feel parts of your torso start to turn to a granite hard substance, but you flex through it and it breaks off. You were not turned to stone this day.
Thank you.
Back to Ryan's turn. He's going to use the rest of his movement to climb to the top of his own corporate ladder. He's going to take 2 swings at this undamaged device here because he is not running across that big swampy lake. But none of those are going to hit, even with Bless. So,
Yikes.
what do you do? Buzz. Buzz is asleep. Layer action. The slime disappears. Let's see. Sydney. Right next to you on that shelf, a little porthole. Shink! And then a tendril reaches out and appears directly in your face. Can I have a wisdom saving throw, please?
I am bad at wisdom saving throws just across every game. 17 doesn't make it. The smile says no. Yes, it does. It does. It totally
A 17 does, in fact, make it.
Thank God.
As a spooky ray is fired in your direction, you are able to knock it aside. You are this close to reaching your prey. You will not be stopped now. And speaking of finding their prey, Tony, this thing is looking real weak right now.
Yeah, he's 20 feet in the air?
He is 20 feet in the air currently, yes.
Okay. Would you like me to roll something to climb back up this wall?
It's half your movement to climb, so...
We're gonna... Okay. I dashed before. That's what got me up there quicker.
Yeah.
Alright. I will dash again then, because I want to get up there quicker.
Okay.
Otherwise, I only get up here, and I would like to... Can I hit him from here, or do I need to take a jump? Because I got the movement to do it.
I'd say from there you can swing at him.
Okay, cool. And he is fairy fired still?
Yes.
Okay. Technically, I moved enough for my charger feet here.
Okay,
Which is important.
so you get...
I did move specifically 10 along the wall, so I'm not like cheesing it by saying I climbed 10 feet.
Okay, so you have 1 attack with the charger feet?
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Because I used, well... Oh, sorry, hold on.
You dashed.
Yeah, so dash was my action, therefore I get 1 attack as my bonus action. Yeah, sorry. It was weird in my head for whatever reason. Okay, here comes this. That's a 29 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, here we go. All right, we're D12 in it. I am raging, so it's a +7 on that. It's a D6 of radiant +3, and it's a D4 of acid for 23.
Very nice. It cannot take another one of those.
Okay. All right. I can live with that.
you see drops of purple and green fluid dripping down through its cybernetic enhancements. Its teeth are falling out. Its tendrils, its eye stalks hang low. It's like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Even if you kill me, you'll never beat him. You'll be back here. One way or another. You'll be back here. You'll see.
I spit a little bit of blood off to the side from when he hit me with the ray. Uh-huh. What would it cost Arthur to climb up out of here? How high is this ledge?
It's like a step.
Okay. He's gonna climb up here. He's gonna fire his crossbow.
Okay.
Fairy fired, so it doesn't matter. The bless would not matter. Poor Arthur. He got off one good shot, and I guess it went to his head.
There was a non-zero chance that Arthur could have done it, but this was not his day.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Even theoretically, if he hit for full damage, he would only do 9. So I don't know. I don't know what HP is left. But, anyways, that's my guys.
As Arthur rounds the corner, the beholder locks eyes with you and then looks over at him, and it fires that same black and orange chaotic ray. Can I have a dex save from Arthur, please?
You can. Let me double check his sheet just to make sure. I don't think he's got anything special. Okay.
Goodbye, Arthur.
We'll see. His dex is a +1. He is blessed. Arthur, my man. Yes. Yes.
Can I say I rolled damage? Just to prepare?
Just to know. Yeah.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. He passed.
Okay. With his temp HP, Arthur has 36. What did you roll out of curiosity?
47.
Oh.
Arthur. Just irradiated.
Arthur is just barely able to sidestep. And behind him, like an entire server panel, is just turns to ash.
That's my king right there. That's my king right there.
You would dare insult my honor. Richard, this thing's looking weak right now.
Good, that's convenient.
B.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He's gonna pop around and just and I'll launch. I'll roll this twice since it's at advantage still. All right, so we got a 16 and a 21. 16 and a 21.
A 21 will hit.
21 will hit. 1d10 plus 3 plus a d6. $11 damage.
I don't suppose you got anything else to tack onto it.
I could twin spell it. My instinct was to use Ice Knife, but I don't want to burn up all his spell slots while he's gone.
It is charging up 3 more eye beams on you, Tony, and King Arthur.
Kill him.
Probably use the Ice Knife.
Well, I mean, I've already rolled for Eldritch Blast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also has a high chance of hitting, though.
Richard gives him the finger and yells, "Hit me! Hit me!"
You can't... Alright.
Just points at his chin. Come on! Right there! One hit!
I'll see you all in hell.
Big dramatic pause on these, right?
Richard, can I have a dexterity saving throw?
Hoping for a physical attack that works. You said, sorry, which one?
Dexterity saving throw.
Dex. Okay, that is a flat d20.
Tony, can I have a dexterity saving throw?
I was hoping mine would be Dex. Yes, you can. Still blessed. Hashtag blessed. We're good?
Yes.
And for Arthur?
Arthur, can I have a dexterity saving throw?
Okay. Come on, King. There you go, buddy. That's what I'm talking about.
A death ray fires in the direction of King Arthur.
It's okay, guys. He dodged.
Misses.
A
paralysis ray fires in the direction of you, Tony. It looks like it misses. Wait, what did I ask from you, Tony?
Dex.
No, it should have been con, but you had it either way.
Con would have just been higher. Con would have been, it would have been 3 higher.
Richard.
For con.
Mm-hmm.
What was your save?
Not enough. It was like 6.
A black, stony beam fires in the direction of Richard. As he looks down on his newly, freshly attained armor,
he's gonna have to use his own wish.
A large patch of stone begins to grow across his chest as he's slowly being petrified.
Oh, I wish he hadn't done that.
He's gonna have to use that wish.
I imagine.
Another chance to save, though, right?
He has one more chance to save. If he does it, he's fine. If he doesn't, he turns to stone. And any wishes that he has are unavailable.
I wish I don't have the clearance to use one of his wishes.
To save, I mean,
he
do the next roll, but like use the wish if it's got to save his life, because otherwise he's dead.
He would do it. Yeah.
He's gonna have to deal with.
Any of the 9 alignments would do this, except I don't know, maybe Tao. He's like, this is how it was meant to be.
No, he would still save himself if he could.
I feel like this is where I would want Richard to jump in.
He would use the wish.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to be petrified.
Yeah, I know.
He can either roll and chance it, or he can use a wish to avoid turning to stone.
I think he says, I wish he hadn't done that.
You are using one of... Well, we're going to get back to his turn in a second. So he has you have until decide until the end of his turn. If you want to text him, I might do that.
Okay.
The turrets go up next. One will fire on... Let's see. One is going to fire on you, Tony. One is going to fire on Ryan. One is going to fire on Sydney. With the exception of Sydney, all of them miss. You are hit for 6 points of force damage, Sydney. Sydney, you've been chasing this the entire time. It is 20 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
It is on its last legs. No legs, one might even say.
And that's the problem, is that he's 20 feet in the air. So I have to be 20 feet in the air. But it's going to take me half the movement to get up here. So I get up here.
Don't you have a crossbow or something?
Hold on. 20, 25. Melanie goes here. And then Melanie's going to make those attacks.
All right.
And
are you dashing to get up to the top?
No, you said he was half movement to get to the top of the
20 feet up, so it's 20 it's,
okay,
it's
so
40
so
feet
then so yeah, 20 and then 25 30 is here.
Sorry,
and then Melanie goes here.
It's half movement, as in like if you have a move speed of 30.
Gotcha.
Then it's 40 feet to get to the top.
Gotcha. Then I get as high as I can and I throw Melanie up there. She can get. I have to summon her within 15 feet. Me, she can be within 30.
All right.
So she could still get there.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
I think you're good. I think you can climb and summon her at the same time.
Because that's a bonus.
Yep. You summon Melanie Ravenswood. Using Severance.
And attack 1. For funsies at advantage, give me 25, and then the second attack. It's 20.
Roll for damage.
Plus, watch me roll double once. I'll quit it.
It'd still be enough.
Oh.
Hey.
That went okay.
Hey.
Sydney. How do you, or should I say, how does Melanie?
How does Melanie do this? So I feel like I get like halfway up the shelf, summon Melanie. Melanie ends up where she is, and as she's hacking away, I'm just like looking up, watching, and as soon as it's done, I want hatchet into middle eye, obviously. But as soon as it's done, I like let go of the shelf and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. And I just start walking away. This was
You're just like peeking over at the bottom of the frame.
I did fuck all that whole entire time.
With the destruction of the master, the turrets go back into the shelves. Still within 6 seconds, Richard has a chance to save against the petrification ray. Does he wish to try and save against it?
He do.
He do, or does he wish to use Wish?
He wants to use Wish, but he wants to use it specifically in a more of like a communal way. So you grant up, so one of the examples given is you grant up to 10 creatures you can see immunity to a single spell or other magical effect for 8 hours. So he specifically wants to give it all of us immunity to petrify for 8 hours. So it
all right
fixes him, but also protects us all for a little bit longer.
All right. Richard, even though you're not here, one of your wishes has been granted. Just as the Andrew, since you've been rolling for Richard this entire night, I have to know. Please make the deck save one more time just to see
what it would have been.
Made it.
Oh, I mean,
Richard, if you're watching, turn off this part.
This is for us, not for you.
Oh!
Wow.
Didn't need to use that wish. Didn't need to use that wish.
Oh.
Artem, cut this part out. Artem, cut this part out.
I already cut to it.
Also, though, like, who doubted it, really? Because I feel like Andrew be dropping 20s respectfully, so long as it's not in combat. He's dropping 20s every time.
I drop a lot of 20s, but not always when we need them.
And it's very rarely in combat, too. Like, the one where you rolled it in combat earlier, it was like, what?
Oh, yeah. That was a solid one. And I think one of them was for Richard, actually.
Maybe, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh.
All right.
I'd be so mad using that wish.
Guys, we lived. We lived.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Dr. Barnabas Holder, ruler of SS-77, falls to the ghost blade of the daughter of quite potentially the captain in another lifetime of this ship. You now have control of the Department of Research and Development. Or at least, it does not seem openly hostile to you at this moment. What traps a paranoid beholder might have left for anyone who sneaks in, you do not know at this time. But it seems, for now at least, the danger has been averted.
That was a freeze frame that did.
Buzz walked over to Dr. Holder. No longer... I think he was asleep. Actually, it depends. How long does sleep last?
I think it's either 1 minute or 1 hour. Very helpful.
I mean, we can wake him up, right?
Yeah, after a minute, he would wake up and say, "Did we win? What happened?"
Well, we died. We're in hell now. Somehow still together. I know, right? No, kidding. We won.
That looked rough. That looked really rough there for a second.
Yeah.
Is it usually that close for you guys?
Wasn't so bad overall, I feel.
Yeah,
like, overall, it's mostly fine.
I took more emotional damage than physical.
Like, this is probably the most that Tony's been hurt, and that's a little alarming. But, like, other than that, as a party, though, like, I feel like everybody else is mostly okay.
Yeah, Ryan and Richard both almost turned to statues, but other than that...
Actually, speaking of which, I look wounded, but I'm going to use this regardless of whether or not we get a long rest coming up. I'm going to use a really cool 2024 Zealot Barbarian thing. I look over at the group and I say, I was hurt, but it gives me an excuse to do this. And I just like Super Saiyan, glow for a moment. And we don't have our tokens up, but I heal myself. Oh, we're back on token page. Cool. I heal myself for this much.
Damn.
What is that?
Fine. So really, we're okay.
The 2024 Zealot Barbarian gets a healing pool of 4d12 that he can bonus action heal on.
Shit.
In combat?
Pool at any time, it's a bonus action.
What the fuck?
It's essentially a barbarian. It's basically a barbarian second win, only for the Zealot.
What the fuck?
Yep.
I was like, how do I balance this encounter? So, but
yep, it's a major change. The initial one was like, oh, you can raise dead or stabilize me without any components. The 2024 one has a massive healing pool. It's I get 4d12 to heal with. That goes to 5d12 at level. Oh, I have 5d12. Let me tack one more on that.
What I found interesting about
I heal
that
myself
encounter,
for 42 HP. I'm good, guys.
Oh, we don't have to talk shop now. We can do that when we wrap. Never mind.
No, go ahead, Andrew.
What I found interesting about that encounter was so much of it worked around so many of our durabilities and strengths. Like, my damage reduction is all based on physical stuff. As tough as we were, so much of the attacks almost turned us to like stoned, or like worked off of saves that completely bypassed stuff. It had a friggin' area of effect cone that totally stripped Richard of his offense. It was just interesting that it all worked around that.
Yeah, I was very concerned. I'm like, how best to use a beholder if he can nullify all magic, but he uses magic? And it's like, oh, you get everyone in the beams, and then the second they leave, you use a legendary action and just fry them the second they get out. And you're kind of like, that's kind of fucked up, but I think that's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you have a bunch of ads and stuff like that. But we'll talk more later.
Yeah.
For now. Quiet. The feeling that you've felt since you've been on this ship, that unnerving paranoia, the feeling of eyes drilling into the back of your skull for the first time since you've been here, is gone. It seems that the paranoia inducing effect of Dr. Beholder has subsided with the death of the Doctor. You are still on a haunted, derelict, floating space station, but at least there is not a Beholder here to slowly drive you mad.
Yeah.
And while the effects on you have been temporary at best, looking over at Buzz, you can see he has been living through this effect for almost 6 months. He kneels next to the body of the Beholder and is just kind of lost. He had to be lying, right? Like, we can't just be stuck here. He corrupted Captain Miles. Captain Miles was a good man, a hero. He, whatever mind thing you saw him shooting all the different mind stuff, he messed with his head. He had to have. The stealing.
Buzz, let's get a good night's sleep. We can talk about this after we get our heads together. Now is definitely not the time. We've all got a lot to process.
There has to be answers here somewhere.
I agree.
Look. And he points down to the eye stalks of the Beholder, where some are organic, some are fully cybernetic, and some are half and half. I know those wounds. Someone cut him there. I think Luke's weapon is here somewhere.
Oh, yeah? We should find that.
Answers. Whatever happened. I need.
How about you sit down for a moment and we kind of comb through this? We have a lot of technology here. I'm sure he probably kept a journal or an audio log or something.
What do you think? He just recorded all of his thoughts?
He
into
seemed
an easy log.
Awfully pompous, and it seems like he would do such a thing.
Wouldn't be the first log we found here, after all.
I'm just...
Villains like monologuing, man.
Wasn't a villain. He was a good man.
Dr. Holder, though?
Oh, yeah, he sucks. Clearly.
He monologued, let's be real. Ravenswood also did. However, I'm not going to push that subject with you right now. How about you sit down, you take a breath, and we come through all of this.
Hey, Richard, you got a self-investigation. You start looking around, huh?
Buzz kind of goes over and sits on one of the stairs, and he he hits his button, and it's like, shh, and then he hits another button, and it turns opaque. So he's just
listening to Evanescence in there.
You just hear bass.
You just hear ocean sound noises, some white noise. You kind of just
being here.
My Immortal.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you guys have the lab.
Richard's investigating, but his heart's not in it. He doesn't actually give a shit.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I've got a -1, so if anyone else wants to take a crack at investigation...
I have a +0. 16.
Okay, 16. Anyone else rolling?
I also still have a bardic inspiration from my friend Artem.
That D8's good for something.
Very nice. All right. While Richard, I guess, is mourning the loss of his wish, we can say.
He's just like, don't talk to me.
He also put something over and says, like, don't talk to me. Sydney, you have a chance to look around. Of note, you find two things. There is a high-tech lockbox, a safe, kind of hidden beneath one of the servers. It looks like a place for valuables. It looks like something heavy, like a huge server was placed on top of it, or maybe telekinetically placed on top of it. But between you and Tony, you're able to push it aside and find there is a 4-digit safe there. In addition, looking around, you see more work of the research variety. And in particular, you find something with a lot of cables leading into the ground, as well as a file labeled WD Figment 001.
Okay. You said the safe was 4 digits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it, so it's just numbers?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Okay.
I'm gonna try
Let's
8008. I'm gonna try 1337.
You try Lee?
Yeah.
Lee works.
Are you joking?
I fucking knew he was a dork.
Listen, he monologued. It's you gotta.
I'm over here like, oh,
tech
this
billionaires are not.
LV223.
Tech billionaires, as we've learned, are not that clever.
WJ17, WJ22.
Oh, actually, with the 24?
Andrew presses it in and is, I'm in.
Actually, sorry. Sydney, you find a third thing. This is why I take notes. Nearby the WD Figment 001, you find a notepad with strangely familiar handwriting titled.
Oh, are we getting another Walt thing?
Probably.
I'm listening, I'm just grabbing fluids.
W's note 4.
So that WD. Uh-huh.
Amusing on Muses.
Okay. What does that say? Let's look at that.
Amusing on Muses?
Because Eldritch Horror Mini called herself a muse.
Yeah, you might need to add us to the add this note, or give us the handout, Ryan.
It's not in Roll20.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh God, how long is this one? Oh my God.
Joke's on you, buddy. I combed through Richard's AI stuff. Okay.
This is written by a person.
Read or listen.
I appreciate that.
This is a read. So you don't have to read it aloud right now if you don't wish, but if someone wants to read that.
Someone wants to read it while I feed my cats. That would be lovely.
It's a page and a half.
It's not that bad.
I mean, it's not that bad. I'll absolutely read it, or somebody can absolutely read it. It's not that big of a deal. But it's not just a
I
word.
tried to get it to one page. It didn't happen.
No, shut up. It happens. Love it, actually. Attempting to learn more on the mysterious nature of these so-called muses has been nothing short of a Herculean task. Attempting to commune with the king directly is already a difficult task in and of itself. It doesn't so much sate my curiosity as it does command me to be grateful at stooping low by helping me in my task. The others that serve it and look after the respective worlds are all extremely tight-lipped when it comes to anything related to their divine nature, with the exception of the Queen. The Queen, or she likes to call herself Miss Fortune, absolutely revels in my curiosity and may be the one I trust the least when it comes to their pantheon. So with that said, here's what I've been able to glean so far. These beings are supposedly immortal. They say they were there at the moment of our universe's creation, but won't elaborate on any more details than that. Where that places them, if not in our own universe, I'm not sure. It seems to be a plane above both the physical world and the dream. That's another thing. They always refer to our plane as lower or beneath them, maybe due to their relatively shorter lifespans or inherent weakness via relying on our physical body. It's unclear. I don't particularly care for it either way. There appears to be some sort of hierarchy or pecking order. The king claims to be the oldest and the most powerful of the group, ordering the others to aid me in my research. That said, while it commands their attention, it doesn't necessarily command their loyalty. The one who inhabits the Scrooge persona seems to have its own agenda in staging some kind of coup. How or when it intends to do this, I do not know. It seems their goals, much like their lifespans, could easily stretch millennia. More curious is their ability to influence the actions of others. Here in the dream, any figment can immediately become their direct vessel by whim alone. They can inhabit any creature, any shape, even a place in theory. Ooh. While inside of a body, here they are vulnerable to the circumstances of whatever story I have crafted involving them. However, they can simply respawn or reboot themselves when the king allows it, if they should die. Similarly, they seem to exhibit a level of control on people in the physical world as well. Misfortune claims to use this in order to inspire artists, writers, poets, and the like. However, I believe this to be only a half-truth. More than anything, these creatures seem obsessed with stories, and more bluntly, conflict. On more than one occasion, the creatures have alluded to having selected other avatars, perennial champions, as they call them, to enact their will. Names such as Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, Joan of Arc, Grigori Rasputin, as well as other South African Emerald Baron sons whose name escapes me at the moment. I'm reminded of the great man theory, a line of thinking that states that history is largely dictated by the actions of a few highly influential or unique individuals. I can't help but wonder, was it all them? I, of course, would include my own achievements as more than sufficient to be grouped into the ranks of these historical great men. But if my actions were, in fact, guided by the extra-dimensional force, can I really call them my own? Where does this place the concept of free will when such entities exist? They say they can only guide their champions to behave in a way that isn't counterintuitive to their character. But if they have a direct hand in selecting who it is they guide, then it really just a matter of time waiting for their ideal pawn to be born. Lastly, in terms of exploitable weaknesses, I fear I have come up rather short. They appear to require no food, water, air, nor any other necessities a body would necessitate to exist. I don't like that. All they really seem to care for is stories, conflict. They are incredibly fickle in the regard that if they are not being entertained, directly ordered to do something, they will simply move on. In order to stay in the good graces of the king, I need to find a way to keep it enthralled at all times, lest it takes its presence and its immense power back to wherever it came from. They have the ability to inspire humans with an innate creativity or lust for greatness, but I wonder, would it be possible for them to take away such ideation as well? A potentially unlimited source of creativity, just waiting for the right man with ambition to seize it? If my legacy, my empire, is to stand the test of time, it cannot be forged using mere steel or blood or sinew. It will be birthed using the raw, unbreakable strength of ideas themselves. W. Oh, shit.
Lovely narration. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So Walt Disney is serving a bunch of Cthulhus.
Kinda. Right? Yeah.
Well, maybe. It seems he's working with them, but also you said the things you found is that he's trying to be one of them as well.
Right, yeah.
By the sounds of it, that is what he did. Yeah. because our understanding, right, is that he's very sick, and he's trying to heal himself of that sickness, and in that search for it is kind of like it kind of evolved into immortality, basically. By any means necessary.
We're kind of looking at a techno dreamscape lich.
Yeah.
There was a rumor. Remember in the recording, he said something about his body being frozen, something like that?
I do.
We escape cryopods. But I think Natalie's told me there's a rumor that Walt Disney is actually frozen somewhere.
And that's why they made the movie Frozen, so when you Google it, you get the movie instead of the conspiracy theory.
Is that true?
That's what they say, yeah.
I want that to be true. I'm choosing to believe it. Thank you.
And then the Futurama bit is just further muddying the waters.
Mm-hmm.
If he is frozen, he could be here however long. We're sleeping, right? We're dreaming, or not dreaming. We're having a group hallucination.
We're in the dream,
right?
Which is the alternate universe.
Yes.
Yes, and he's specifically threadless, and I believe we're threadless as well.
The Beholder mentioned something about the 6 of us too.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. 1 second, let me go back to the Haunted Mansion to see if I had anything written down. Yes, it is threadless, not bound to this or any other world. Only one person has ever been threadless, and he was a sorcerer too. But then we came along.
That was the test you guys did with Merlin, right?
I can't find my notes with Leota. Oh no. Buddy, there's a lot of notes here. 71st Games. We can keep going. I'm digging. I'm digging.
Would you like me to tell you, Sydney?
Yes, I would.
She gave
so many pages.
Fortune to Elias?
Yes.
That he would be defeated by 6.
I didn't have it written down, but I have 6 months they gave me nothing. So there's that. I was close enough.
We got 2 more beats and then we're going to call it a night here. Andrew, you walk over, you put in Boob, you put in 6969, you put in 1234, you put in Leet.
No, I'm sorry. Leet was my second pick. Canonically, sorry. I said 8008. No, 1337.
Fine. Sorry for me adding set dressing to.
They're very funny. They're good. You're right. Rule of threes.
I try.
And even then, and it was like, warning, imminent lockout. And he was like, Leet.
You open it and you find mostly useless trinkets, junk. It seems that may have once belonged to this Dr. Holder. Some
there a wiki page on how to buy a business and then tank it in like a year?
Yeah, sell books online and then kill the rainforest somehow.
Cool.
You see a photo of him in his human form. He was kind of weird looking, but not as weird as when you saw him. In addition, you see a hilt. A silver and black rounded hilt of what appears to be a weapon.
Shit. Has Andrew seen examples of this throughout his life into his childhood?
Quite possibly.
His hands start shaking. And then he tries to remember the Alec Guinness line, but he picks it up and says, "Your father murdered a bunch of kids with this."
You pick it up, and there's that like trumpet motif.
Background.
So, wah, 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 wah.
Did you guys
There's
hear that
switch.
music?
I'm gonna first thing just point it at my face.
Oh, what's this do?
No.
No. Oh, it's the green one. Hell yeah!
It was Hans. Or not Hans. What's his face?
Luke's.
Skywalker, yeah.
Han Skywalker? What?
I backed up. Look, this isn't my fandom, but I know better, because only Skywalkers can be Jedi.
It's gotta be.
I'm gonna give you this.
People.
Guys, I have this and I've got this. I've got this and I've got this. I had this.
A gun and a
Please
lightsaber.
Please don't poke your eye out.
Oh, I'm gonna poke so many eyes out.
Please turn the safety on.
Has that?
I fucking hope so. I'm more concerned about the lightsaber and you just cauterizing your whole bottom half off.
At least it won't bleed out.
Please put that down.
Andrew, you have found Luke's lightsaber.
Hell yeah.
This is a sunblade.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
With one notable feature. This is a new concept that I'd like to try with you guys. A new function. Obviously, standard weapons use strength to attack. Some weapons, including this, is finesse, meaning you can use your dexterity to attack. I would also like to say that this, as it was once wielded by a Jedi Master, a wielder of the Force, this also has the Spell Blade feature.
Ooh.
Which means you may use your spell casting ability modifier for attacking and making damage with it as well.
Ooh, like the Blade Singer.
Cool.
Like the Hexblade or Blade Singer or many of the weapons from Elden Ring or Dark Souls, mental ability scores can be used in place to use this weapon. This weapon, when wielded by anyone of strength, dexterity, wisdom, intelligence, or charisma, can wield it to its maximum potential.
We're gonna have to have a conversation next session.
Lastly, Sydney, you found going through, after picking up and looking at the amusing on muses, you see a switch that leads to a tube that goes down to something embedded in the floor. And next to that button, you see WD Figment 001.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna push this button. Everybody cool?
Hell yeah.
I pushed the button.
In the center of the floor, you hit the button, there is a... As a tube of glowing blue light emerges from the floor, a long, wide cloud of fog emerges and kind of covers the ground. Inside, you can see a being. As the light is kind of like overpowering you, it slowly fades down. Standing inside the tube, you see a short creature. It is monotone, black and white. It is not wearing a short nor shoes, but it does have shorts on. It looks distraught. It has long, black, floppy ears.
Oh, the bunny.
Oswald. Yeah.
Oh.
Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Well, now we're getting into some epic Mickey territory.
As inside the tube emerges, the rabbit looks at all of you, shocked by what it sees. It starts to move its mouth, but sound does not emerge. Instead, letters and words form over its head.
Stunning.
As the words, "Please help me, I'm trapped, and I need to find Walter." And that is where we will end tonight.
Son of a bitch.
Aw. Aw. I totally thought it was gonna be like a Figment again, like the little dragon. Like I just, when you initially mentioned it, because you said WD Figment 001, I was like, it's like an audio file. It's the same thing we saw. We'll get to it after. And now I'm like, oh, buddy, it's his Figment.
This is someone's
This is Walter's
first Figment.
Yeah. That's sad. My goodness.
But that is where we will end tonight. It seems we still have one more hurdle to figure out in Tomorrowland. Dr. Barnabas Holder said that the key, the core, is broken, that it might have been used in a ritual to ascend Captain Miles Ravenswood. Was he telling the truth? Could there be more at stake? And what is with the emergence of Oswald? What could any of this mean? You are nearing the end of your journey as you uncover more and more secrets of the mysterious Walt and the Ravenwood legacy.
Yeah, we're getting into some like attack and dethrone God stuff right now.
All of these questions and more, we found out next time on Once Upon a Roll.
Da-da-da.
Hit the theme music.
We don't have any. Bye!
Everybody do the sitcom turn to camera.
Da-da-da-da-da.